Yeah, buddies, it's the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. Gail Bennington on maternity leave. I hung out with them and their baby last night. So much fun. Baby's really starting to react to like stupid faces and weird things that you say. Like, 844 Rock God. 844 Rock God. We will get into that Serena Williams story because it seems to be a gigantic sports story for people who I didn't even know follow tennis. And so many people are bringing this up to me. I'm like, I've known you for years. You've never once said anything about tennis to me. And then, of course, football started this weekend. What an exciting weekend. And with that big Buccaneers explosion, we must, how many people did we lose on Highlander? How many people had picked the Saints on Highlander?
Not doing Highlander this year.
What? That's our big football thing every year that we do. Vito, you don't watch football at all, right? Your Jets are playing tonight with their new quarterback. You excited?
I'm really excited. I'm I mean, I don't think the season's going to go well, but I just want to see Sam Darnold.
See if you got a franchise quarterback.
Exactly. Like, that's all I'm looking forward to. I'm excited to watch every game. It's the most excited I've been for a Jet season in like 4 or 5 years.
Since Joe Namath. That was the last time you were in a good mood about the Jets.
That was my last time. But I know that tomorrow morning, it's either going to be the Post is going to be saying, like, it's over, he's the worst thing, and it's a bust, or they're going to be acting like he's the next coming of Jesus.
Who's got more pressure? Him starting for the Jets or Gruden coaching his team on a Monday night where he used to sit and lord over everybody's decisions? And that guy that he traded away had like a fucking career game yesterday. And that game last night, just watching Aaron Rodgers, we always sit around and bitch that, the game isn't as exciting but Aaron Rodgers came back, and when he started to pick up, you're like, I really think he's going to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I really believe in my heart that even though he shouldn't win this game, he should. And it was really fucking exciting for all the problems people bitch about football. That was a great way to spend the night. All right, 844 Rock God, 844 Rock God. All right, Vito, you did the joke, so do you know were you watching the Serena Williams thing?
I don't the basic part of the story is that she got a call against her in a tennis match that she was losing, and then started to get mad at the ref, flipped out, and then got the game taken away from her.
Right. So she brought up racism and misogyny. And then Morning Joe's girlfriend today, Morning Mika, what exactly did she say that's got everybody so mad, Chris?
Well, basically she was saying that Serena Williams shouldn't have acted like she did. And that she's saying Serena Williams basically deserved to lose, and she took away from the actual game.
That is not the controversial thing. She actually said this: Serena Williams needs to know her place, which obviously brings up all the black stuff again. All right, I'm going to ask Earl about this. He's my resident black guy. When someone says Serena Williams should know her place, is that racism, Earl?
That's a big-time flag.
Is that a dog whistle, even from Morning Mika?
That is a huge dog whistle.
Now, I didn't watch the game, but I saw the so-called meltdown, as Chris sent it in, over the weekend. I see this happen just about every baseball game. Most basketball games. Football, you're not allowed to do a lot of screaming, but Gruden will be. I don't know why they were so offended by it. And let me point this out. Serena Williams has had the women's tennis on her fucking shoulders for what, 15 years?
Almost 20.
Almost 20 years. Any other sport. LeBron gets the call. Why? He's earned it. Brady gets the call. Why? He's earned it. Serena Williams has every expectation that she should get more than a 20-year-old coming in because she has held this fucking sport up. And this umpire, who no one's ever heard of before, for some reason she's supposed to be subservient to that umpire. That's insane.
Well, the call was basically the equivalent of you're cheating. That's why she really lost it.
Well, I heard from people who know tennis, yes, she was getting coached a little bit, but it wasn't fucking helping her. And all you got to say is, hey, there's a warning, but you don't fucking take points off of her.
Well, the rule is very lax, too, because you can actually, I believe, get coached, but you can't get coached during a final.
Right.
So, and
that's not lax. That's the fucking deal. But I would just say, hey, cut it out over there. I would have actually fucking said it to the coach and not to Serena. Look, there's no doubt that what they've always liked in tennis, women's tennis, is a cute little girl who's, wearing a skirt. Serena's a real athlete. You know what I mean? She treats it like an actual sport. Again, she's carried the fucking sport for all these years. She's the face of this. I can't even tell you another person, but I know who she is.
Yeah, I mean, even from the outfit she wears, everyone's like, well, it's outrageous, it's this and that. She was like, no, this helps my circulation for my legs. She's putting medicine
She
into
just
it.
had a fucking baby and a tough fucking pregnancy. But the whole point is this. You don't fucking have an umpire show up. Now, somebody told me that the umpire is fired already.
Yes, he was let go by the U.S. Tennis Association.
Let go or fired? Flintstone!
You will be getting no severance.
He was probably getting something like $180 a game anyway. All right, AC thinks in Minneapolis thinks he understands this a lot better than us. AC, first of all, congratulations on your Vikings. They look unbelievable.
Yeah, thanks. I don't watch a lot of football, but I do watch a lot of tennis.
Let me tell you something. You should start watching football now.
Yeah, I know it.
Your team's going to go undefeated, win the Super Bowl.
Oh, gosh, don't jinx them. Don't jinx them. But, hey, so what actually happened was there was 3 issues. The first thing is her coach, who was in the box, made a motion kind of telling her to go towards the net during the match. And so the first thing that happened was the chair ump saw that and called the first violation, a penalty for coaching. So that's why she got all fired up and said she doesn't cheat, blah, blah, blah. So that's fine. So that was strike 1. But then she slammed her racket down after missing a volley, and he called that penalty too and took a point away from her during that game. So then she got really irritated, saying, you stole a point from me, blah, blah, blah. And
that's when she called him thief?
That's when she called him a thief, because he took a point in a really important game. And the thing is that, go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's ridiculous. You don't do this to the person who's the face of your sport.
Look, I've been watching tennis for a really long time. Everybody I know who's watched tennis for a long time has never seen anything like this. 1, from one of the greatest players, if not the greatest player of all time. And 2, in a championship match on her home court. She's a U.S. player playing at the U.S. Open. If anything, the umpire should be more lenient towards her. So this was just something crazy. And she got fined $17,000. Did you see that?
Yeah, the $17,000 is nothing to her, though.
But still, how are you going to... it's crazy.
No, the whole thing is crazy. But the whole thing is how quickly people were willing to say that somehow she's a bad role model, somehow that she's not... You're just like, do you understand what it's like to carry a... She's bigger than the sport of women's tennis now. Let me just tell you something about tennis. It's the only sport I've ever seen from going from a mainstream sport to a niche sport, right? When I was younger, the tennis players were very fucking famous. The matches were a big deal. Now you got to be a hardcore tennis person to follow it. I don't know what they think. They still act like they're a rich person sport, All right, AC, thank you so much for straightening it out for us. I don't know whether she fell off there.
Not sure.
You need to be sure, Chris. You're the big producer of this show. You're big time. You're the fucking guy. All right? You're the guy running Highlander this year. Yes, Earl, what is it?
No, here's how much Serena's carrying the sport. All of the next wave of players, they're all saying that she's their influence.
Of course.
It's like she's like,
and yeah, she's in her mid-30s, so this thing is starting to wind down. Why are you trying to fucking make it seem like she's the worst person ever? Stay in her place? Out in the goddamn shack behind the big house? Is that what you're saying, Mika? That shit doesn't fly anymore. Maybe it was a big deal when you were down. I don't know where she's from. I think her dad's a Russian. If anybody's fucking colluding, it's her and her dad. There's our buddy Candyman. Hey, Candyman, a long time, buddy.
Hey, buddies, how's it going?
Cool.
Well, hey, I wanted to give you some insight because the Candy Girl, she's a tennis player, and we had a similar thing happen to her a year ago with an umpire, where did the same thing to my daughter and accused her of cheating, and then we were coaching her when I was 300 fucking yards away, and, that started heckling my daughter. We ended up, pulling her out of the tournament. It was a big shebang. But in regards to Serena, coaching from the pros, the WTA, they allowed encore coaching during the regular season, but not during majors. They can request their coach to come down. However, they do it from the box all damn day long, hand signals, foreign language, it happens.
Right.
And usually what they do is they get what's called a soft warning. So on a changeover, Serena would have been sitting there and the umpire would say, hey, tell your coach to knock it off. He's coaching you from the stand. That's usually what they do. And then, what Serena probably didn't know the rule is once you get a conduct warning, like she did for the coaching, and everything else is a progression. And when she broke her racket, that was a point penalty. However, usually they break their racket first and get the warning without the coaching violation involved. That's usually what she thought. And I think she didn't know the rule there.
Let me tell you something. Remember when Bo Jackson put the fucking bat across his neck and just snapped it?
Yeah.
We treated him like a god for that. Us people who don't do country club sports. Just like the same way in golf. No one can fucking speak because someone's fucking putting.
I always find that
Yet
weird.
if somebody is going in Yankee Stadium, they're trying to hit a 101 mile an hour fastball, everyone's screaming at them. Look, here's what I would do in golf. Not only can you yell when the person's golfing, you can throw stuff, paper stuff. I don't want you hitting them with a fucking battery. This isn't Philly. But roll up your fucking paper and chuck it at the guy. Make it a little fun for everybody. I guess I should stay in my place, right? A fucking minstrel show in the 1800s. Well, that's not going to happen anymore. If I was her coach, I would have said, kneel down right now. Kneel down, and I'll play this fucking national anthem on my iPhone. Earl, you ever play tennis?
No, I've seen tennis matches, but I've not played the sport.
I'll just say this. I think you would have been unbelievable about it. You would have been the fucking player of your generation. Oh, my mind is going through these changes. Earl, you ever work with Les Moonves when you worked at CBS?
Not directly, but he was the head of he oversaw CBS Radio.
Yeah.
So oversaw all of it.
When I was working over there, I think it was him. He came in and jerked off on my shoes.
I don't know if he did that.
Yeah, it was very, very difficult. No, they put out a thing. We love Julie Chen. She does not have to worry about her job. How does she not walk out with him?
Yeah, when this went down over the weekend, I figured, all right, well, now we're gonna have a new host of Big Brother.
Wouldn't that be funny if just somebody else was sitting in there? Fucking Howie Mandel or something. Hey, welcome back to Big Brother. I don't know how this works. All these people living in a house?
Howie, you look great. You look great tonight.
Oh. Here's our buddy Lewis in Manhattan. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm not the biggest tennis fan.
Yes,
but I
you
watch it
are.
off.
You're a fucking expert in tennis. Let's face it.
Yeah, it's just I was watching the game, just trying to follow how they fucking scoring that game was just making me crazy. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
With the 15 love and all that shit, yeah.
Yeah, all
it
that
takes 5
fucking,
minutes to learn it, though.
The sets was making me crazy because I kept seeing these boxes fill up. I'm like, is she winning? Is she losing? It was confusing. But
you live over that way, right, Earl?
Yeah, I live there.
They've been playing this tournament for the last 19 months. I swear to God, this is the longest tournament I've ever seen, and this is the way it ends.
Yeah, but yeah, it is fun. I love to watch the Wimbledon and that Queens thing, whatever the hell it's called. What is it? U.S. Open, yeah. So anyway, I think the reason why the referee was getting all upset, and the reason why the heads up why they didn't reverse anything was because tennis was made in like London, and they have this whole thing where it's like women have to be proper, you have to do this, you have to do that, and I think that's like the roots of the game. So that's why if anybody acts a little mad or something, they lose their shit just because you're supposed to be proper out there. So I don't agree with it, but that's just how it is.
The French Open is clay. They play on clay. Wimbledon, they play on grass. What are they playing in U.S. Open?
Like hard court.
Just regular hard court. And then the Australia, they play underwater. And that's fucking really tough.
I would love to see that. We need an underwater sport. You were talking about sports before, like something to replace football.
Yeah.
An underwater, that would be badass, especially for like the 21st century.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, buddy. Talk to you later.
Yeah. All right.
My little nephew Vincent that was here, the odd kid that he is.
Yeah.
He was telling me that he doesn't like football. He goes, there's just not enough excitement to it. He goes, I would definitely do some rule changes. I'm not even making this up. I go, what would you do? He goes, instead, like on a penalty, that the other team should be forced to put on heavier shoes. And he's saying it as serious as fuck. He wasn't making a joke. He just thought, you guys fucked up. Go put on those heavy shoes.
This is your punishment.
844 Rock God, 844 Rock God. Pick up the phone and give us a call. Hey, Rich in Colorado. What's up, buddy?
Not much, guys. How are you?
Very, very cool.
Awesome. I smell a new Nike ad coming. Leave everything on the court. Later.
She must have a Nike deal, right?
Yeah, she's part of the 30th anniversary Just Do It campaign. She's one of the faces of that campaign.
So who's all in the campaign? Kaepernick?
I think it's Kaepernick,
Serena
Williams, the guy. There's one guy who plays football with one hand. I'm missing.
Oh, the new guy that just fucking come in. He's the one-arm guy.
One-arm guy.
You ought to be a slot machine. See where I'm going there, Earl? I heard Nike stock is back up.
It's a Thursday night commercial.
I will tell you this. I thought, other than the initial 12 people who burnt their sneakers, it seemed like it was forgotten about. And people are talking about, the pro football games, the ratings are down and stuff like that. So the other night I'm heading out to the cellar. Stanford is playing USC. 2 top 20 teams. I think a 17 and a 10 or something. And, it's Stanford and USC. Fucking stadium was empty.
What?
Yeah, it's Stanford.
That doesn't make any sense. I mean,
what do you mean it doesn't make any sense? I'm trying to tell you, people aren't showing up. You ever see baseball stadiums this year? Every fucking time you're watching ESPN, you're seeing a fucking ball hit empty fucking seats. There's only one sport in this fucking country that sells out. Basketball.
Yeah, the Knicks have been horrible for years. Garden still sells out.
You know why? Because as shitty as they are, it's still exciting to go to a pro basketball game. I can't say it's overly exciting. You know what I mean? Like, you get a lot of excitement happening there if you're a fucking adrenaline junkie.
Maybe hockey.
Hockey is also very fucking niche now. You know what I mean? I remember it seemed like if you got season tickets, it's the same amount of people who watch it on TV. It's a very exciting game to go to, but it's fucking marketed terrible, especially for television. I don't know where it even is on TV. Somebody told me it was on the camping channel. I go, I doubt if I have the fucking camping channel.
You probably do.
I can't find all those fucking channels. I can't even find fucking FX most of the time.
Yeah, like when the hockey playoffs go on, they're like, where is it? One game's on Fox, one game's on Fox Sports 1.
Why don't you do this? Take out one of the fucking times of the day you play Get Out on ESPN and fucking put the hockey game there. The only time people watch hockey now is when they play it outside. Then everyone's like, I love hockey outside. Why?
What a great tradition.
It's like they're playing on a pond. Though my mind is going through these changes. I gotta say this. I'm not even that much fucking interested in the weekend news. Just the Highlander to know who's in and out. The rest of that, I don't really care for. Now, you had Big Brothers to do over the weekend.
Yes.
And you didn't show up.
I did a phoner because Thursday, Friday night, I threw my back out moving furniture around my.
What, you got a new side job?
No, she's trying to do some feng shui in the house. So now I have to move furniture around because I'm not a complete asshole. And then I threw my fucking back out and I was laying in bed calling Vito.
Dude, first of all, you're proving you're not even a man who could do the brute work that your girlfriend needs you to do. What was it, an ottoman? A fucking coffee table?
It was a dresser, Ron.
Now, did it just go out and right there you would fucking hit the floor, or?
I bent down.
Yeah.
And then when I coming back up, I got the most horrible fucking sharp pain in the fucking at the bottom of my back. And I was like, I gotta stop it. My back's out. I started screaming like a fucking crazy person.
She must have been looking at you like I felt picked a fucking loser of the fucking.
I felt less than.
Yes, you are less than.
Because it wasn't like the fucking dresser was like overly gigantic or fucking hard to move. My back is just fucked up. And then I'm just like, I'm hunched over, fucking trying to like get over to someplace where I can lay down.
You're too young of a man to constantly blow out your back, your neck, your knees, your shoulder. Everything about you. Yeah. Everything about you is fucking coming apart.
My lungs.
So now, not only does she not to fucking get the stuff moved the way she wants, her fucking loser boyfriend is laying there for 24 hours. She's got to come over and have you piss in a bowl.
It was fucking terribly embarrassing.
Yeah. That's humiliating.
Yeah.
Earl, who are you picking to go to the Super Bowl now?
I'm going to go with the Pack. The Pack seems to have it together.
Fuck no. They barely got through that game last night.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a defense. Aaron Rodgers is the man, but they don't have a defense.
Not only do they have a defense, they don't have much of it. He goes off, and that fucking team had given up.
Yeah.
Then he had to come back. He can't walk. He's not going to make it through the fucking season. I mean, this guy's falling apart like fucking Chris Stanley. Who are you picking, Chris?
I'm picking the Ravens to go to the Super Bowl.
Against who? I see a lot of people were talking about it's going to be an all LA Super Bowl. I think we put an end to that yesterday.
Yeah.
Here's my prediction right now. Minnesota Vikings looked unbelievable. And, Janine Garofalo is going to come in from Reality Bites. Every time I see Soder, all he talks about is the Niners. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting out of a car and he goes, hey, have you noticed that they, So to see them go down so early like that and Garofalo have nothing, I think he threw 3 fucking picks.
3 picks.
Because they got to hear constantly, oh, he's undefeated, blah, blah, blah. Here's a beauty. So I'm picking Minnesota Vikings against St. Paul. It's going to be an all Twin City fucking Super Bowl this year.
Oh, yeah, it was great to see Garoppolo get the shit kicked out of him. Because also, like, the 5 wins he had, they were at the end of the season playing against teams that had given up. There was never anything there with Garoppolo.
You weren't saying that last year. You were on his fucking bandwagon.
I would say he's got 2 rings. Sure, he didn't play in either of the games, but he's got 2.
You ever notice that you don't get credit for that if you're a backup?
No.
No one will ever. They don't give Phil Simms fucking credit. And he was with them right up until, 2-3 games?
Yeah, I still played he got hurt right before the playoffs started.
So when they talk about him, he's got 1 Super Bowl ring. Now, everyone else on the fucking team, you know what I mean? They're a fucking winner.
Yeah.
They're a winner. But the quarterback isn't.
He got them. He basically laid the foundation.
Even he doesn't take credit for it.
Wow.
That is not his year. You watch. Pay a little attention to the way these guys fucking talk. And he gets credit for 1 Super Bowl ring. That's it.
So I understand Hostetler getting the credit because he got him through the playoffs, but they don't get to the playoffs without Phil Simms.
If you think of the amount of veteran fucking backup quarterbacks that you would be surprised got a ring or an extra ring when they were playing backup, that's the game.
I can't even think of one.
The thing is, you only get credit for if you start that game. That's it.
So like a Unitas who came, I think he came out off the bench in Super Bowl
and lost
5, the Super Bowl 5.
Yeah,
the game they won. Did he get a credit? Did he get?
Well, he played in the game.
Believe he played in the game.
Yeah, I think if you play, they're going to give you credit. If you don't play, they don't give you credit. I think Jim McMahon fucking might have even won one somewhere backing up.
I think he was with the Packers.
Yeah, the year they won, right? But if you said to people, "Oh, how many fucking Super Bowls, rings does Jim McMahon have?" 1. And even when they were handing out rings, the guy said to him, "Not you, McMahon."
Cruel.
Because I know basketball is different. Because like John Sally has like a ton of them.
Who's going to be remembered better historically, Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre?
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm going to go Brett Favre.
What's your reasons, Chris?
I'm going because Brett Favre had that the sexting thing. That's gonna look.
Come on, let's fucking. That's not us. We're not some angry fucking people about that. We're talking about the game itself. I'm sorry I brought you into this. Earl, why did you pick Favre?
Favre basically brought Green Bay back to brought them back to prominence.
That's true, and they haven't been out of prominence all these years. Like to go back-to-back Hall of Famers like this, that's a long fucking run for them.
And I think most touchdowns ever. He's an all-time great.
I'm not sure, but I think fucking Aaron Rodgers is a fucking more talented person than him, though. I really do. That thing last night was unbelievable. And there was I had no doubt watching the game. I go, here he comes. This fucking shit's done.
Favre's a good fourth quarter quarterback. Also, he had a couple of comebacks.
Yeah, but he always was slinging the ball. You know what I mean? Like the calmness. And look, I saw Aaron Rodgers after the fucking game talking. He's kind of insane. Like he's a much weirder guy than they fucking ever bring up. He's an oddball. Yeah. Kind of has a school shooter demeanor about him. Chris bringing up sexting. Come on. I wish they would bring that back on ESPN. Come on, man. I was so disappointed because when I saw the thing that Vito was doing the show alone, I thought it was him going to be talking by himself for 45 minutes. I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Joey.
Well, Ron, I don't know if it's just me, but listening to Big Brothers this week, Adam seems full of life and energy. I don't know. Is there some kind of underlining tension between him and Chris or what?
It's between Chris and everybody. And
So
I mean,
just
you might end
so
up losing
close.
your fucking show, Chris, on Gaslight Digital.
Gas Digital Network. Where'd you hear that from?
The fact that they are bringing in the Dice Man and they want to have a flagship show, not a show that's underperforming.
That is troubling news to hear.
Why don't you try to do something with your show? Why do you want to be known as the guys that are underperforming?
I feel like we're doing a good show over there at Gas Digital Network.
You're not known outside there. You're their least tracked show. And he came to me about it. He says, could Chris plug? I go, he could always plug. He just doesn't. I go, he's not very good at serving two fucking masters.
I serve.
But I saw them. They were in New York Post over the weekend on this big signing they got with the Dice Man. Right as Dice Man has this big movie coming out, Star is Born. Earl, you believe the fucking reviews you're saying for Star is Born?
I can't believe they've remade this thing. What, fourth time?
Fourth time. I'm gonna be totally honest. I never saw the one from the 30s. I don't think. The one with James Mason, I've seen a lot. It's fucking fantastic. I also like the Chris Christopherson, Barbara Streisand one. And they said that this one is the best of all. There's early Oscar buzz for Lady Gaga, as well as this thing could be up for Best Picture. So I definitely am going to see it.
Yeah, and they always, critics have always loved Bradley Cooper. They always loved his work, whether it was with David O. Russell.
Yeah, but this is him fucking directing. They say that he's an unbelievable director. He's an early favorite to win the directing award.
Ryan Coogler?
I've never really liked him since he was so mean to Vince Vaughn in Wedding Crashers. And what's Dice playing? Her father? He's Lady Gaga's father?
Yeah.
Good for Dice. He deserves it. And now he's going to be on Gaslight? Forget about it.
Gas Digital Network.
Oh, God forbid, Chris. You shouldn't serve your master so well.
I serve but one master, Ron.
Ageless and ever.
The Oscars also said they're not going to do the most popular film category this time. They're going to think about it some more.
Well, they got fucking hammered for that. Very bad news for Black Panther, though, because that was a runaway fucking hit for most popular good movie, or goodest of the most popular movies. Did you see it?
Panther, yes.
Did you like it?
I loved it, and I'm not a.
What happened? How did his powers? He was bit by a panther, a radioactive panther, and then he got powers from it.
No, I believe it was a root that an African root that was struck by a meteor. That gave him.
I still haven't seen it. It's on like Prime or something now.
It's on
Guess
Netflix.
what? My fucking my Xbox went out. It went kaput.
Not a good thing.
Yeah, so I'm being told, we're going to send you a Fire Stick. And I'm like, what?
That's good. Fire Stick's great.
Yeah, but how do I fucking even hook it up, Chris?
You just plug it into the back of your TV. That's all you got to do.
I plug it into my back of my TV, and then how's it know I have Netflix?
No, that gives your TV Netflix and all Hulu, all the.
I already have all that.
But this will like supersede it. This will give it the TV everything.
I don't even mean how it will supersede it when I already have it.
Now you start accessing all those apps, those TV apps or whatever, through the Fire Stick.
But how does it know which ones I have?
It'll come preloaded with a bunch, then you can download other ones.
How will it preload it? I've already signed up for this.
You might have to re-sign in.
See, that's the shit I don't want to do.
That might have to
I
happen.
don't remember all my fucking things. When I fucking put a password in, that's for life. Not every time I come up. I try to have a different funny password for everything I do.
You might have to reset your password.
Hey, Jim. Jim, you're on the Bennington show. Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Cool, man.
Hey, I'm not usually one to call and correct you guys or anything, but going back to the Super Bowl thing, the Jim McMahon.
Yeah.
He got it as a starting QB.
No, we said
about this,
we know that he was with the Bears. We were saying we think he won a second one, but no one ever gives him credit for it.
Oh yeah, no, I'd never heard of that. I thought you said he didn't have one.
No, we said he did.
Can't forget about the shuffle.
Yeah, well, everybody remembers that was the most fucking famous team of all time. But we think he was with the Packers as a backup, but no one says, "Oh, he's got 2 Super Bowl rings." But if he was a defensive back, we would say that, even if he wasn't a starter.
I never even thought about that until you guys started talking about that. I was like, oh, shit, they're right. You know what
I'm telling you, Phil Simms never gets fucking credit for being two-time. Two-time.
That's messed up.
It's the way the world works. You know what I mean? I mean, you can't redo the world. Let me just say something to the fucking Trump team right now. I can't believe you can't figure out who the rat is. This makes me embarrassed for them that after a week, they don't know who dropped the fucking dime.
They didn't even know Omarosa was recording everything. They have no idea who's doing what in that place.
All right, but now you know, somebody around here is a fucking rat. Come on. You don't know who it is? And this person said, oh, I have friends, and we're all fucking thinking that.
There's a resistance.
Yeah, but they're also saying that these are all people who think that the president is crazy. You know who that group is. I can tell you everybody here who badmouths the fucking bosses. I can tell you every single person who sits around and bitches in that hall that they think that the bosses aren't doing what they should be doing. I'd be all over this. If there was a fucking leak inside Sirius XM, I'm going to fucking nail it. I know it's Jenny Hutt. I know it. I don't need to put her on a lie detector to break her, okay? I cannot believe that the people in the Trump White House, what are we, a week after this?
A week, yeah.
Do not know who fucking wrote a gossip column for the New York Times.
All they said is there's a list of 12 people that they think might be doing it. Which seems like too high of a list. Too many. There's too many people. It should be narrowed down more.
If you got 12 people on the list, I'd fire fucking 12 right there. I go, if we can't figure it out between you 12, I'm throwing out the whole fucking dozen of you.
Maybe Trump wrote it just to gaslight everyone.
You know that isn't true, Chris, and that's just the kind of shit that brings down morale. They were saying that fucking Trump has a pet monkey that he keeps in the Oval Office that he dresses exactly like him every day. And that when you're trying to fucking talk to Trump, he's feeding this fucking monkey peanuts that's eating out of his hands.
It doesn't seem practical.
Speaking of which, we should put up King Kong is coming to Broadway. So I'm across the street today having a little smoky smoke for myself while my youngsters are setting up the studio. I see the poster for it. That poster is so fantastic. I took a picture of it and sent it over. I haven't seen a great poster. I used to be a big movie poster fan guy. I can't tell you the last time I saw a great movie poster. This fucking Broadway poster was fantastic. Now, Earl, did you know that they're doing King Kong?
No, I didn't.
What actor could they possibly get to come in there and do King Kong? I mean, this has got to be a tough one. And I'm telling you right now, they better be using a real monkey or else I want my fucking money back. I don't want to see a puppet monkey. Did we tweet that out?
Not yet. It's coming.
What are we waiting for?
Just
I mean, everything should be happening in the moment at all times.
I understand. I used to love the movie posters like from like spaghetti westerns, like those 70s movies posters.
Yes.
Always look fucking amazing.
They're often, yeah, those things are great. People collect movie posters, but you know, we're not poster driven anymore. There's a lot of movie theaters that the marquee just says, go to our website. They don't put the names up. This is what kind of a fucking app world we live in now.
The poster for Chinatown was always my favorite. That was amazing.
Fantastic, girl. Good call. Andrew, New Jersey.
Hey guys, McMahon did win the Super Bowl ring with the Packers in '86, and then he showed up to the White House wearing a Bears jersey.
That's fucking hilarious. First of all, even if that isn't true, you're going into the pretty good prize closet because that fucking story is hilarious. 844 Rock God, 844 Rock God. Did we tweet it out?
It is tweeted, yes, from Bennington. Joe.
Let me see the tweet.
Okay.
Because I haven't seen this since I.
There it is, tweeted right there.
That is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
What was that? What was that kind of architecture called in those days? Oh, it's Art Deco. King Kong is like the perfect Art Deco thing, and that looks fantastic. God, I love that poster. I'm gonna probably take that to. Oh, we forgot to mention all the things we're supposed to be plugging today. We haven't mentioned one, right?
We have not mentioned one, no.
All right, I got it, Earl.
Yes.
I got to take over producing this show. I've got two different things to give it. I'm doing a Comic Con Big J said, Ron, I want to go down and do the Comic-Con, but Dan Soder is busy. Would you come do it with me? So it's going to be in Philly, the Keystone Comic-Con. That's this Saturday. And we're going to be doing, I guess, a broadcast along with Bam Margera and just Philly the whole thing up a little bit. So go to the ibang.com, the ibang.com for tickets for that. That's this Saturday, I believe 6:30 at the Keystone Comic-Con. Steve in Texas.
Hey, what's going on, guys? You guys are talking about movie posters aren't what they used to be. I don't know. Have you seen the poster for How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
No, I haven't.
I was of course kidding, but I'm pretty sure your guy thought I was serious.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't we think that? It could be a good poster.
Oh, I don't know.
Just because it was a bad movie doesn't mean it's not a good poster. Dave in New Jersey.
Hey, Ronnie. The guy who called in and said McMahon was Favre's backup in '86 is full of shit. That's the year the Giants won the Super Bowl. Go Fins, come on.
Well, what was it? What year did the Packers win with Favre? Was that '87 then?
It was '97.
Well, that's what we meant by that. We all know that he won in '86 with fucking '97. So yeah. All right. So yeah, he was off by a decade, but we know what he meant. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Fez said Serena's big complaint that she was penalized the game for being abusive to the ref, when male players have said worse and have never been penalized the full game. I know. You're right, Fezzy. What's Vito doing over there today?
Graham calls.
Okay. Vito, let me just ask you a question. Why didn't you ask me when Chris's fucking back blew out to co-host Big Brothers with you? I was very hurt about that.
It was a last-minute thing that I found out that morning, and I didn't want to bother you to come back in.
Why? Why not give me the option? I literally asked if I could co-host this week.
I didn't think you'd want to come back in. I would love to have you on Big Brothers.
It's too late now.
No, come on. We can.
I'm going to run, I swear to you, next year I'm doing my own Big Brothers show.
I can't compete with you.
Thank you. You'll say, I'm going to fucking end this. And the first thing I'm going to try to do is get Adam on my show.
No,
he's my co-host.
He likes you way better than me.
Why wouldn't he? I don't fucking stab people in the back.
I didn't stab anybody in the back. I'm a little.
No, I didn't read the stuff. I mean, I didn't listen to your show until after. You guys were wrong about everything this week.
For what's coming up this week or what already happened?
No, everyone's acting like, oh, she's gonna fucking blah blah blah.
No, yeah, this is a pretty boring. This week is so boring that we got that episode that happened last night. That was just like mostly filler, like stories of like Angela's sense of smell. This is gonna be just a run of the mill week.
It was terrible.
It was, and the fucking engagement party.
I hated the engagement party too.
It was just a terrible episode.
I just hate seeing Nicole.
Huh?
I just don't like Nicole.
Why?
I just never liked her on the show. I thought she was not the best player.
This is why you are the negative version of Big Brother. How could you take a champion and fucking run her down?
Yeah, especially like if we're talking about winners that came on last night. She's a much better winner than Josh was.
I like Josh much better than Nicole.
But here's the thing. You go by the entertainment fucking thing instead of a strategic game. Now, if we're watching a sport, you're like, if someone's good, look at Aaron Rodgers. I don't fucking think that he's good because he does the discount double check. You know what I mean? The guy is a great player. How can you win how could you say that you're a fan of the game and then not act like you respect people who win the game? This is what I could have came up if I was on Big Brothers this week.
It was so last minute. I want you on Big Brothers.
Do you know how much I wanted to hear you talk by yourself for 45 minutes? I was fucking thrilled. I literally called Gail and I go, you got to listen to Big Brothers. She's like, why? I go, I think fucking Vito is doing it all by himself. Not only did you not do it by yourself, you didn't even do it for a minute by yourself.
No, it was less.
You didn't even set the fucking table by yourself.
We went right into the phone call with Adam.
Earl, do you want to be in my Big Brothers podcast next year?
We'll be honored.
I'm calling it Bigger Brothers. Bum, bum, bum. Who's going to win it all, Vito?
I had Tyler day one, but I'm starting to think Casey's going to lock this thing down.
If Casey's in the final two, she wins.
There's nobody she could lose against. She's well liked by everybody. She's racking up all
She's
these...
well liked by everybody, by her mom, who in 2018 still doesn't respect that you could have a lesbian daughter.
Yeah, that she's... You can tell that they think she's going to go far in the game now, too.
Let me tell you something. When Fez came out, this guy, I supported him immediately. I said, I support you. This is so hard for fucking Casey's mom to do. Look, that girl's got a beautiful girl face, but her body is like a guy's body. She carries herself like a guy.
Yeah. Notice that she even wears the guy competition clothes of all the things they do.
Yeah, and whips everybody's ass.
Yeah, she beat Fessy. They're both football players, and she's a better football player.
But I'm going to tell you this, that thing with her brother saying, be my best man, why? Because I'm gay? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, why couldn't you say, stand for me at my wedding? But why say, be my best man?
You say, like, it's okay to ask to be there, just not use the term best man.
Well, I think we can get rid of best man and what do you call the fucking lady? Bridesmaid?
Maid of honor, best man.
Oh, yeah, and then the people are bridesmaids.
Yeah. I think
I was at the cellar the other night, and a couple people came back all dids up because they were at Rachel Feinstein's wedding. And when they left, there was a pizza truck there to give you like little pizzas. I had some of her pizza.
That's cool.
No cheese on it.
Just sauce?
Yeah, just sauce on the thing. Very sweet sauce, too. It was nice. It's tasty. I don't know if I'm going to call it pizza, though, without the cheese.
No,
It's more of a flatbread.
That's just like pizza with a spread. I mean, bread, that's dough with a bread. A spread.
Just, you don't even know. This is why I don't want to be with you on Big Brothers next year. But you know what's fucking you up is your long hair.
You think it's time to cut it?
No. You said you were taking it all the way, right?
I'm going at least till the end of the year.
So why would you ask me if I want you to cut it then? Hey, who sent this chocolate here?
That is from Dr. Steve. Just came this morning.
I still have Hard Rock's Johnny's names written in as Dr. Steve. But then I also have Dr. Steve in there. So it's very confusing.
So you have to make sure you're texting the right Dr. Steve.
Where's this fancy chocolate from?
Seems French.
Oh, it's a truffle collection. I wonder why he thought of me. I haven't even talked to him in like a year or two. And then he goes to fucking France and picks me up some nice truffles. Hey, where's my M&Ms?
Oh, Vito and I ate them.
Why?
They were sitting there in front of us.
They were a present to who?
To you, Ron.
But what? Why would you say?
Impulse problems.
But you don't even try to replace it?
We will replace it.
No, this would be the moment when I go, hey, where's my M&Ms?
Yeah.
This shows I can't leave anything here. Now, if you're going to eat my M&Ms, I can't leave money around?
You can leave money around. I would never touch your money.
Well, what's the difference? Those were fucking M&M peanuts. They're very fucking difficult to find.
They're the best ones.
You know who bought that for me?
Who?
You don't even know?
It was Molly.
No.
No.
Do you know, Vito?
It was Nerys.
Nerys sent them. Nerys, who I've asked you to book for a long time and you never will, she still sent out a friendly thing of M&Ms.
It had a nice note on it, too.
Yes. You got my note, or did you eat that, too?
I didn't eat the note.
Ron, he licked the Sharpie writing off the cup.
Well, it looks like I better fucking take this box home. Let me see. Does this say for everybody? No.
No.
I'm going to tell you this, Chris.
Yes.
If something was yours, I wouldn't take it. I've dreamed for years of having some M&M peanuts. And here's the thing about it that was interesting. They came in all different colors. There's like red ones, there's orange ones, there's brown ones, there's blue ones. I planned on having them tonight as I watched my Sunday night programs that I didn't watch last night because I was enjoying the football game. How long did it take you before you ate them?
It was after you left.
Just come to me. I'll give you money, and you can go and get your own M&M peanuts.
I never want to take things. I have self-control issues at times.
Right. Well, here, take the money, and then you can have fucking M&M peanuts whenever you want them. Let me just ask this to Earl. Would you ever eat someone else's snack that was bought by them from an old intern?
I would always ask.
You would ask?
Oh, I would ask. Hey, can I have some M&Ms?
No. This is a sentimental thing. She was in the halls with fucking Vito when we tried to have a super gigantic fucking... What was the format back then, Vito? Do you even remember?
Yeah, it was the first Instagram series.
No, it wasn't Instagram.
No, that was Instagram. The other thing I did was Vine. That was the Vine Reporter.
Yeah, the halls was Instagram.
I did not even know that.
Yeah.
It was right when Instagram lets you post videos. It was like 7-second videos, I think.
15-second videos. We didn't have a lot of time to work with. But we made it work.
That was a good little show, though.
First teen drama on Instagram.
Nobody cared.
I cared.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, Jermaine was here, knew who that poster was for King Kong. And he says there's a couple other ones. Yeah, that is gorgeous, Jermaine. See, Jermaine collects stuff like that. He gets it. I couldn't believe it when I saw it right when I'm having a cigar and I'm sitting there looking at it. I'm like, this feels like it's 1938 and I'm fucking hanging out. You know?
Movie posters are so bad now that, like, when you look at them, you can tell all of the people on the poster weren't even at the same photo shoot. So it's just all, like, edited together solo shots.
All right, so to come and see me and Big J in Philly, what do we got to do?
It's happening this Saturday, September 15th at 6:30 p.m. at the Keystone Comic-Con in Philly at the Pennsylvania Convention Center. You go to the ibang.com for a chance at free tickets.
And I think Big J is going to make an announcement about his new comic book. It's Fingerless Glove Man. And he's able to keep his palms warm, but still have the dexterity to pick up a dime. And I've been writing this song for it in a very John Legend way. Fingerless glove man, he'll never find love, man, with those fingerless gloves. Those fucking fingerless gloves. Today, the case of the missing M&M peanuts. I could see him doing it, but at 2, Vito?
Look, he came into the office eating the M&M peanuts, and I couldn't help but jump in on it.
Why, Chris?
I was hungry, and I hadn't eaten all day, and
Oh, really? Did it satisfy you? Did you sit there and have a full meal? It was a very small cup of M&M peanuts.
Yes, it was less than a bag of M&M peanuts.
But she sent them.
Yes. She sent them specifically to you. She knows how much you love M&M peanuts.
All right, we have linked up on of this special that Vito did. And you both wrote and directed this, Vito?
Yeah, The Halls was starring, written, and directed, and edited. I would have to edit it on Final Cut Pro, and then format it. It took a long time back then to do.
What are you doing, Chris? You can't find it?
No, I'm just going to our Instagram page. It's the very first stuff we ever put on there.
Well, why don't we? Why didn't our Twitter work?
No, it was also on Twitter as well. But Twitter links to Instagram, so you can see all the episodes on Instagram.
Let me just hit.
All right, so there's the opening episode.
There are over 1.5 million interns working in the United States, scraping together what we can to make our mark. And all of us live, love, and dream in the halls.
Now it just loops.
Scraping together what we can to make our mark.
What, to the same one?
Yeah, but you go to different Instagram posts, you can see them all.
I thought we put them all together to make one like movie. You know?
I don't think we ever did that. I could still do that now. We still have all the videos.
Oh no one cared about it. I thought it was so fucking cute. It just it wasn't for our exact demo.
Yeah, I don't think the people were clamoring for a teen drama like I was.
Yeah.
Well, there were a lot of episodes of the halls.
Yeah.
Well, we were doing it past when I was in. I remember coming in after my semester to do like the back end of the season.
My first day as an intern at SiriusXM. My first step to having the career I always wanted. What I don't realize is that I'm about to meet the woman of my dreams, Maurice.
So fucking cute. So fucking adorable, Vito.
It was really fun. Nerisse was very into it.
Yeah.
We would have to run lines together for the 15-second videos.
Still couldn't fucking figure it out, could you?
Jason Nash showed up in one episode.
Go to this. No, go to the Dana's right there too. I forgot the Dana was the same time.
Can you believe I have to read all of this stuff?
Who is this creepy kid? What has he been doing here?
I think he's kind of cute.
And stupid.
Vito, you look so young.
Yeah. It's weird, and like I remember filming these and thinking I looked terrible, and now
you would do anything to look like that.
Yeah, I was like, man, I've gained so much weight in that video.
And then you're like, I'm at my fattest. I'll never be this fat again. All right, let's break here. And again, tickets to see me and Big J kind of do a mashup between the two shows will be at the Keystone Comic-Con.
It's in Philly at the Pennsylvania Convention Center this Saturday, September 15th, 6:30 p.m. Bam Margera will also be there. And there's limited tickets, so go to theibang.com for free tickets.
Right back, Bennington.
Bennington will be right back. Remember, you can call Bennington at 844-ROCK-GOD, and we're at Twitter, at Bennington Show on Twitter. Faction Talk 103, The Bennington Show.
It's The Bennington Show. 844-ROCK-GOD, 844-ROCK-GOD. Popped up just now on the news. The White House says that we're shutting down the PLO office in D.C. I didn't even know we had one there. We're still committed to peace in the Middle East, but you will not have an office in D.C. How does the White House get to shut it down? They're not in charge. Are they paying for it?
Like, I haven't heard the term peace of the Middle East since, like, 98.
I always like to say Greece in the Middle East, you know? It's a cool thing. Ba, ba, ba. The last time we really tried was Jimmy Carter years, and they fucking they signed a deal, and then the people over there killed the fucking Egyptian prime minister, Sadat.
Anwar Sadat.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say his whole name. You need the whole name, fucking said? Yes. And who was the other guy?
I believe it's Menachem Begin.
Bagel, you said, you fucking racist.
Begin.
You're a racist, dude.
Begin.
No, you didn't, man. You said bagel.
I meant bagel.
And then you made like a strange nose thing. That fucking kid in Kansas City is so good.
Yeah, Mahomes. I had no idea he was this good.
He's a playmaker.
Yeah.
Look into it. Hey, Earl, you going to read Fear, the Trump book?
No, not at all.
Too fake?
No, it's just I never was into the political books that were happening during a presidency.
You wait till they're after?
I always wait for memoirs and
you wait until they're memoirs are not going to tell the full story. That's just that person's point of history. And that's how I became the best president that ever lived. You wait until it turns into a hip-hop Broadway show, and then suddenly you got some interest?
Not in that term. I remember, I think I was like 12. I read Nixon's memoirs, and everyone looked at me like I was a whack job.
You were a whack job. Did you read Dr. Kissinger's? He's a doctor.
No, I did not read that.
Of what? I don't know. It's always weird when somebody is a doctor, but it's not of medicine. You know what I mean? Like a doctor of philosophy.
Like a PhD.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the woman on a plane who threw a fucking tantrum because the flight attendant didn't refer to her as doctor?
What kind of doctor was she?
She had a PhD, so she tweets out, "Hey, at Qantas, my name is Dr. O'Dwyer. My ticket says Dr. O'Dwyer. Do not look at my ticket. Look at me. Look back at my ticket. Decide it's a typo and call me Miss O'Dwyer. I did not spend 8 years at university to be called Miss." She has a doctor.
That's the only reason why she went to fucking university? To get the fucking cool handle?
She's a doctor of philosophy.
Well, that's already annoying. But I worked at a hotel when I was a kid. And they, if I would say like, "Oh, Mr. Zimmerman, your room," son, they're like, "That's Dr. Zimmerman." I'm like, "Not here. This isn't a hospital." You know what I mean? Like, this whole thing of what I achieved somewhere should be brought up everywhere else. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't fucking work that way.
No, and like lawyers have that thing at the end, like the Esquire, but they don't use it. They don't demand to be called Esquire wherever they go.
But why should anybody? Let's say this, if you're a New York City cop, right? You go to Georgia, you can't go around and call me officer. And there's certain jobs, like the political things. Once you're a governor, they always call you governor or senator. You can be 90. Senator, your nurse is here. That's the other thing. Why doesn't a nurse get called nurse something?
Yeah.
Why is it just the fucking doctor? Now, the other night, I'm crowd working down at the cellar. A guy tells me what kind of, he's a doctor. I go, "Of what?" And he goes, "Anesthesiologist." I go, "I could put a fucking mask over someone's face. That's the easiest thing. I've done it. I put masks over people's face before. So call me doctor. I've done everything that you have."
People, boxers and UFC fighters who won a champion go by champ for the rest of their lives.
Some guys that don't even win the championship go by champ.
Yeah.
Right here in this hallway. I hear people calling him champ all the time. I'm like, Well, you can be champ, but I don't go like this. "Oh, quarterback Montana is here from the 1940s.
You also wouldn't call somebody who won a Super Bowl just champ for the rest of their life.
No, it's only boxing. There's no other sport that you get it. Like, suppose you win a fucking gold medal. That's nothing. You don't get a title with that.
No, and that's like the hardest of anything.
I don't know. There's so many of those events.
Biathlon. I was going to be impressed by that.
Oh, the what?
The biathlon.
What is that?
That's when you ski around in a circle and then shoot a rifle.
I'd still like to have the medal. I wouldn't mind having it.
Judges ask to be called judge when they're not judging, right? I mean, I think that's
for the rest of their life.
They're very serious about it.
Yeah.
See, it makes more sense for a doctor to do it because, say, a doctor could do some emergency doctor shit like out in the open, but a judge is only useful in a judge setting.
That's what's bullshit about this woman doing on the plane with a PhD. What are you going to do if they need a doctor on the flight?
Go like this. Well, yeah, there's many, many ideas about how a person should live their life. A doctor of philosophy. First of all, how are you even supposed to make any money as a philosopher today anyway?
No, that's one of those majors that are just...
I mean, who's going to hire you for what?
You get you just hopefully find a teaching job. I guess that's like the game plan with a
just
doctorate
academia.
in philosophy. And then you just teach philosophy, which I feel like teaching philosophy is naturally against philosophy in general.
I remember I took a philosophy course in college. In the final, the professor goes, "Oh, your final. I want 5,000 words. Oh, and by the way, there's no right answer."
Oh, well, I could understand that. It's about the way you express yourself. Of course, there's never going to be a correct answer in philosophy, other than if it's like, when was fucking Confucius born?
I had to take religion my entire life because I went to Catholic school.
Good for you.
And I always thought my favorite thing about the class was I felt like it helped me get better at kind of like bullshitting and lying, because there's no like hard facts when it comes to like religion essay. It's like a 5-page essay on just like.
Well, yes, it's your connection to spirituality.
Yeah.
I do not see that as bullshitting.
No, but I mean, because when you have to extend that into like a 6-page essay, you're like trying to figure out your argument.
Dude, first of all, it should be impossible to do it less than fucking 6 pages, no matter what you're talking about faith and spirituality. The answer is never going to be red. Bum, bum, bum. Hard Rock Johnny wants to talk to us. Hello, Johnny.
Hello, Bennington.
Congratulations on the Howie Mandel Comedy Club.
You knew about that before.
No, I didn't. I didn't know a thing about it. I would have brought it
Really?
up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his place in the Hard Rock in Atlantic City.
How long has he had it?
Since the day it opened. We do from the inception. It was announced actually when we did a press event in May, I guess it was, and he actually was videoed in and did the announcement of it.
Oh, he videoed in. Nice.
Yes, he could not.
What were you going to talk to us about, Johnny? I interrupted you with that nuttiness.
I was going to correct your folks there. Judges are not called judge for the rest of their life. They're called the honorable for the rest of their life. So even when you're retired, you're still the honorable. You don't have to put judge. If you have the honorable in front of your name, it's inferred that you're a judge. And there's
Let me tell you something. Chris Stanley is honorable. Other than when it comes to eating other people's M&Ms.
That's an addiction.
Did you run out and get that fucking straightened out, Chris, or you didn't yet?
Not yet, no.
Did you throw away the cup, the special cup that she gave me?
The cup's still around here.
So that means he doesn't even throw out his trash.
No.
That was a fucking trick question.
Now, what's honorable about that?
What's happening at the Deuce today, Johnny? What's fucking going on?
I was going to say, nice. Did you enjoy your Eagle game on Thursday?
Well, a win is a win. I like to say that over and over. At the end of the year, you just go by the wins. You don't fucking sit around and go, "Oh, we played shitty." I always say
There's
this.
no style points. There's no style points.
Yeah, but I also say this: good teams win bad games. So that's why the Packers won a close one, and the Bears didn't. The Bears are not used to being a good team yet.
Nope. And why the Giants lost miserably in a rainy game that you will be happy to know I did not leave until the asshole new guy muffed the punt with under a minute left. I sat in that miserable rainy stadium until the end.
What was the Bills' final score?
Oh my
there's
God,
a team that looks fucking terrible.
They 48-3.
Yeah, 44, 48. Insane. Baltimore.
First of all, to 3, I'm watching it when it's 40-0. So they decide to kick a fucking field goal down 40. That's fucking humiliating.
You gotta get something on the board so you don't get the shutout.
Looks like that hurricane's coming straight for Times Square, Johnny.
That's going to be tough. Batten down the hatches, please. Whatever hatches you have.
Jersey can't handle it. You got to be careful there.
Worry about my house down on the water there. Poor crabs. Who knows what's going to happen to them?
Those crabs will end up in your fucking living room.
That's good.
How many bushels of crabs did you eat this year?
I only think we did maybe twice we did crab cook this year.
Unbelievable. You use Old Bay?
No. We made them, I think the one batch we did in red sauce. That was nice. And the other one we did just a little garlic and oil. No Old Bay.
I can't live like you, Johnny. I'm not going to lie to you. I cannot live like you. All right, my friend.
All right, Bennington. Have a good rest of your day.
Peace. 844 Rock God. 844 Rock God. Hey, let me go over here to Joe in DC. Hey, Joe.
Yeah, I hang out a bunch of restaurant guys. No matter what we're doing, they call each other chef. Yes, chef. We chef.
Oh,
and if you don't say it, they get all cranky about it.
What if I just call you Pete? I've known you my whole life. Ooh.
Like mailmen work really hard, and they don't demand to be called mailman.
Yeah, there's plenty of jobs that work hard. Why is a chef more important than a mechanic or a plumber? Doesn't make sense. Nothing makes fucking sense. And then those guys that run an orchestra, maestro.
Yeah.
But you're not maestro if you run a fucking blues band.
You're not like lead singer.
All right, this was brought up to me in episode 13 of The Halls. Chris played Vito as an old man. I don't even remember that.
All right, well, let me count up to 13.
That'll take a while, huh, Chris?
All right, I believe this is it. Okay.
All right, let's see it.
Could be wrong.
My body got very wide and my head stayed.
And that's how I met your mother. She divorced me 5 years later. Thanks a lot, Nerisse. You took everything.
Oh. Let me see the episode before that, so I know why something could be that bad.
Well, the journey at Sirius XM as an intern is over. I've been out in the real world, learning the radio business, honing my craft. Oh, I'm falling in love.
Oh, falling in love. We don't even give Norisa an opportunity to speak about her side. Go to the episode before that one. I want to see how they fell in love.
Norisa, will you out with me?
I thought you were gay.
Gay? I'm not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
All right. I'll go out with you.
Chemistry is undeniable.
It even seem like you're on the same planet.
I feel like we weren't in the same. I feel like it was filmed separately.
Yeah.
Well, I know there was one day because like I wasn't an intern at that point, and I was coming in at certain days, and I think that there, like the Jason Nash episode, I didn't even know that Jason Nash was being put into it until after it happened.
That was all Chris Stanley's thing because Chris tried to say that Jason was fucking big in this world.
Yeah.
Vine, that was like the last days of Vine.
He was the Vine boy, yeah.
Vine was popping off.
There was even a movie that all the Vine stars are in together. It's so weird how these platforms come and go.
That one had the quickest burnout though, because it started and ended within like 3 years of itself, probably.
I don't know. That Periscope went fast too.
Did Periscope get as big as Vine was though? Because Vine was.
I don't know. It was with us. We had a lot of people fucking around on Periscope.
There were a lot of people using Periscope.
Yeah.
All right. This was told to me. We released a 3D version of the Jason Nash episode. You remember that?
I don't remember it being 3D. I remember Jason Nash being there, but I don't remember the 3D.
That kind of looks 3D right there. Go ahead, hit it. Yeah, it's 3D.
Vito, go to her.
Thanks, Jason Nash. You're the best. Hey, there's something I really need to ask you.
So putting 3D to go. I always remember Jason going, "Go to her."
Yeah, that's the one I remember not like being there for.
Oh, this is all so fucking weird. I gotta play it.
Vito, go to her.
Thanks, Jason Nash. You're the best. Hey, there's something I really need to ask you.
It's a non-3D version.
I think the 3D was much better.
It was a nice touch.
Fezzy wants us to know that Sam Morril is going to be on the Tonight Show tonight. I watched him run his set the other day down at the Underground, and he came out and he kind of flubbed the first line, and he was so fucking furious that he couldn't enjoy the rest of it. I was really laughing. But he gets to say cocaine on the fucking show. His friend had cocaine on the Tonight Show. I was very surprised about that. Matter of fact, I'll say this. I was fucking shocked. Shocked and offended. Does anything offend you today, Vito? Can you think of one thing about society that... Because I only have one. Gay marriage. But other than that... Oh, and transgender bathrooms. Other than that...
I think I get some like white people stereotypes I don't like because I just don't experience any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole like white people only listen to like this kind of music and talk like this. But I don't get, or like it's just that's the biggest thing I get bothered by and offended with.
I get so bothered, and I was telling my butler this the other day. I go, being white is so much harder than anyone knows. Tonight I'm going down to do a new joke night at the Cellar, and then I think I'm doing like a 10:30 show. But I heard a drop-in at the Cellar tonight if you want to try to make it. Okay. Would you be in if it's...
Yeah.
So I don't know what show it's going to be, but Les Moonves is going to come in.
What?
Yeah. Do a couple minutes.
This is quick. This is bold.
Yeah. I hope he calls the club first. Tom in Buffalo, what's up?
Hey, Ronnie, how are you?
Good, man.
I'm a cabinet maker, and I do a lot of work for doctors and whatnot. And I did work for this one young guy, and I just said, "Hey, Mike," and that's doctor. So I made him call me Craftsman Tom.
You have every right to, dude. You have every...
Go ahead.
I say if we're in the hospital to call you doctor. It's like if we're on a boat, I'll call you captain, because that goes to show we're on the boat.
Right.
But here in shore, hey, Tim.
Exactly. Well, thanks. You have a great day.
Peace. I don't try to go around and say to people, that's broadcaster Bennington. That would be wrong. What are the games tonight, Chris? I want you to pick them, too.
Jets.
By the way, you almost jinxed my fucking team, and I didn't cover because of you. Because I didn't think they were going to cover, and you're like, no, count on it, 30-10.
I know.
You know how much I bet?
How much?
$29,000.
Oh, God. That's terrible.
No, easy come, easy go. That's what I say.
All right, so the games tonight are Jets at Detroit and Rams at Raiders. The line is -6.5 for the Lions. Give me that.
Uh-huh.
And then Rams at Raiders. Rams are -5.5. Gruden loses his first game, and the Rams cover.
He loses big?
Loses big, yeah. I'm going to say the score will be 42-12.
I would say quite a bit of ESPN hate for fucking Gruden today. Quite a bit.
Because he left?
I don't think they ever liked him when he was there. I don't think anyone at ESPN liked that man. I know no one at One Buccaneer Place ever liked him.
His second co-host of Monday Night Football definitely
hates him.
Sean McDonough
hates him.
Yeah.
Sean McDonough says, well, there was very little for me to do on that show because the fucking Gruden train left the fucking station and it left alone.
Didn't he yell at the sideline reporter that he used to work with or something?
Yeah, called her cunt.
What? On live TV?
Yeah. I don't know whether it was live. It was on the West Coast, so it might have been taped and then played earlier.
She was the Gruden grinder for that week.
That's disgusting, Chris. I know what you mean by that. I know what you mean by grinder.
And McDonough was...
Look at fucking... Is that Pence? No, it's another guy. But see how the thing makes it look like the heavenly vow behind him? Trump has said he'll do anything that helps when this hurricane hits, unless it hits Puerto Rico. And then he goes, you fuckers are on your own. I'll throw you one fucking thing of paper towels, and that's it.
Second year in a row, it's hitting during the Big Brother season. And they
Well,
got
this is
family.
hurricane
and
season.
They got family. Like the guy Josh had family in Miami last year.
Yeah.
This year, Tyler and Angela both have family in the
Well,
Carolinas.
how did he go from Ohio to Hilton Head? How did that work out?
He just moved there.
So why is his family still there? Because he got a wife and kids he's not telling anybody about?
He could.
I just read this morning that the families of both of them said not to tell either of them if anything happens to them.
Even if they're killed.
I guess.
Do not speak of my death.
He needs to focus on a veto meeting right now.
I got a new prediction. I think Brett's going to win this, staying under the fucking radar.
He's the only one that wants to take a shot early. I like that.
And I don't see JC winning at all.
No, I think they're going to cut him as soon as Haley's out. And I think if you're smart, you bring Sam to the final two because nobody will vote for
yeah.
it. You bring her with you.
That crazy fucking bitch there. But you definitely get rid of JC before her you're fucking L6.
You get rid of JC, and like you got to get rid of Casey at this point. And Tyler seems like he's just going to keep her.
They love Casey though. They don't understand. They haven't turned it into a game yet.
No, they're still in the like we're all in this together. Let's get to the end.
It's like we are family. You know what I mean? I got all my sisters with me. I can't wait to see Les Moonbits do his 15.
Surprised you told us about it.
Yeah, I like to fucking, let everybody know what's going on.
Do you think Julie Chen's leaving the show?
I think she's leaving the network. I think she's leaving both shows. She's got that fucking...
The talk.
Yeah, the talk. The poor man's chew. When's it over, Vito?
Next week? No, 2 weeks. It's the 25th.
Oh, that's too much time.
Yeah, I mean, I this is like probably the latest double eviction we've ever had. I'm pretty excited about that.
Why?
It just adds more tenseness to it.
Tenseness or tension?
Tension. Tensicity? Is that a word?
Yeah.
But yeah, the season's 99 days. It's too much.
99 days. When I was down the other night, Michael Che came in the cellar and just had his phone and was reading his Emmy jokes. Tell me what you think. It's always funny when people do that because you see, like, they don't want to really perform it. They just want to see whether you like the joke. It's real fucking fun. And I feel like, but you're ruining the Emmys for me.
You can skip it. You already seen the show.
I'll tell you this. When you played his dad in that thing, you didn't even try.
I remember the time I thought I was nailing it.
Why would a fucking alcoholic drink the tiniest little fucking thing of alcohol? I mean, I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
It took me out of it.
I never wanted to do that.
There is zero charisma between you and her. No chemistry whatsoever.
I thought the sexual tension was undeniable in that last episode we watched. I did a much better job playing you than you did playing me when I came in dressed as you.
That's true. Oh, I watched Tom Papa's bread show. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
It was pretty cute. First episode I really liked. But then again, I really like good bread. It looked like a lot of it was in Brooklyn. I'm going to go over to the places. Maybe there was even one in Queens, but I'm going to go everywhere he made bread. I really don't give a shit about other baked things. You know what I mean? Like, I can't look at cupcakes and donuts again. But a really good bread, exciting to me.
I get that.
Earl, what's your friend doing with the baking? Is she back in town yet?
Yeah, she should be over at Arcade Bakery.
Have you guys ever done anything after all these years?
Yeah, we were on Periscope. We haven't done one all summer.
No, I mean sexually.
No.
Why?
We're friends.
When's the last time you've been on a date?
Can
I tell you something? I'm friends with Chris, but we have sex when there's nothing else going on.
Yeah. Just want to come.
We just want to get our rocks off.
Feels good.
Got to get my nut, Earl. This squirrel's got to get his nut.
And Earl, he gets it.
Yeah.
He fucking gets that nut.
I do. That's how Chris threw his back out this week. You know what? I can't. Could you move that couch for me? I can't stand looking at that anymore, Chris.
I can't.
I need it. You need to.
I
It's
can't.
part of your job. By the way, did you get sunburned this weekend?
No, I feel
Look
flush.
at his face.
I feel flush.
You're really red.
You're really red.
I wonder if that means something terrible is happening.
Look at your phone. Like, look at your own face. Also, your neck is red. The front of your neck for a change.
You eat more nightshades?
I did eat some because I wanted to feel better for the back.
What'd you get? The M&M fucking pain?
No, I ate a bunch of pizza.
Did you really?
Yeah, over the weekend, yeah.
But you said you could never do it again.
Yeah, I know, and I paid for it.
You're definitely a full pie guy. You're not like one or two slices.
If I haven't eaten pizza for that long, yeah, I'm gonna do a little binge, just no purge.
What's that long? Like a week?
Fuck you.
You know what's really cool? In this cold weather, Juliet's moving into her winter clothes.
Oh, nice.
She's so fucking cute. I just got a really cute picture sent to me. Like, honestly, I wish I was hanging out with her right now. Probably going to end up trying to do a show with her. First, we'll do it as a fill-in for Opie and his kid. You bracing yourself for when Aunt's book comes out? I think there's a whole chapter called Bad Stuff About Earl.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
When you were the fire marshal, Earl, and fucking ran out and left everybody to burn to death?
Hey, I yelled, "Hey, let's gotta go!" And they just
You don't just yell and leave. Did you take the steps or the elevator?
I think I took the steps because we're only 8 or 9 floors up.
That's a lot of fucking floors, dude. I mean, we were only 5 up at the other building, and we used to take the steps all the time. Only down. Only down.
There's like a limit. I say like 3rd floor. That's the most
I would
I'll
say
walk.
if you've actually 3 steps. Earl, what are you in a home now? But you know what I'm talking about. You're not in an apartment, right?
Yeah, I'm still in an apartment.
Oh, you are in an apartment?
Yeah.
I thought you were in a home over there in Queens.
Still a Queens guy, but apartment.
How far are you from the open? You see the lights?
No, I can't see them from where I'm at. I'm still in South Jamaica. When I was in Forest Hills, So Forest Hills was the original home of the Open.
Yeah.
And then they moved out to Flushing, right over the other side where Shea. I still call it Shea. City
Yeah.
Field is.
I still call it Shea Toe. That's why I like Lambeau. They kept their fucking name.
I can't do the corporate names.
Aaron Rodgers said that they're America's team because they're community owned. I can't fucking fight with you. And if you're ever in Green Bay and you see a black guy, you know he's a Packer. There's no other reason to be there. I mean, do you guys even know what Green Bay looks like?
No.
Isn't that weird? And they have a fucking team.
It's not a city, it's a town, right? Like it's
not as big as Long Island City. It doesn't have that big of a skyline.
Whenever I'm driving upstate New York and or anywhere and I see like those towns in Jersey, those like random little towns with one building, it's so weird to see like a small city like that to me.
Well, you live in New York.
I haven't left that
crazy.
much.
Yeah.
It's more about that I haven't traveled a lot.
You would be surprised how small the downtowns are for most cities, even when they have football teams. It's shocking.
Yeah.
Like Jacksonville, couple of banks. Couple of fucking banks. What is it, Chris? What are you trying to read?
Oh, I just want to get the...
Oh, boy, never mind. That's okay. What's that? You bringing it to me, the plug?
Oh, no, I just want to give you a heads up as to what.
No.
Okay.
You'd have to do that at the beginning of the show, right? Mm-hmm. You got to scramble back into it. It's me and Big J Okerson this Saturday at 6:30, September 15th. And we will be at that Keystone Comic Con. Limited tickets to the event. Go to the ibang.com for a chance to win. And if you're a badge holder, you can also get in that way. If you decide to buy a badge to go to the Keystone Comic Con, I'll be sitting with the Flintstones people. Earl, did you ever read comics when you were a kid?
Very sporadically. I was a big Batman fan, but
I was
wasn't
only a summer comics reader, never in the wintertime, and would keep my we had a little beach house. I would keep my comic books there, come back the following June and be like, oh, I already forgot all this, and I got a big pile of them, and I would read them.
Do they do big event like summer comic events? Because they do. That's like now that's what they do. Like
I have no idea. Woman used to drive around Crystal Beach yelling out papers, and she had newspapers and comic books in the back seat. And I just sit and look for a while. She's like, I gotta go, son. I go, hold on, Dirkus. Give me this one. Give me the Richie Rich.
I did comics through like up until high school, and then like sophomore year, it just got.
No way did I go that far.
It got really expensive.
Forget expensive. You look like a fuck. It's time to start reading novels. By the time you read your first novel on your own, you shouldn't go back to comic books or illustrations. How about you, Chris? You ever read any comic books? You live where Spider-Man does.
Read comic books all the time. Loved X-Men as a child. Fucking loved them.
That was kind of a big comeback, wasn't it, for comic books when the X-Men came out?
Yeah. And then there was like a very big boom, like in the early '90s.
Mm-hmm.
And like I forget, there was one artist that they basically rebooted the X-Men.
Yeah.
And then
that's when Frank Miller did those Batmans and all that.
Yeah. And then he was doing Sin City then also.
The cartoons also like were big, and they blew because the Batman animated series was really popular. The X-Men one was really popular. And then the movies only started because Spider-Man and X-Men came out at the same time and did really well.
But not nearly as well as what was happening after that.
Yeah.
Like X-Men doesn't even rank in terms of gross now.
But like for years, like because the Batman movies like started to like get worse and worse. And then the Spider-Man and the X-Men were like summer blockbusters.
Yeah, but there was one horrible Batman movie. And everyone acted like, oh, Christ, had fucking fallen apart. And there's never been a good Superman movie.
No.
Not one. Anyone who goes back to Christopher Reeves is seeing it through a child's eyes. Because that was a movie for a child.
I tried to watch that, like, in high school because I'd always heard about it. And it's really hard to just make through. It's boring.
It's terrible.
The effects are terrible. The acting is awful.
Awful. Christopher Reeve was a terrible actor.
And then remember that Superman one they made with that Brendan Routh that was like a sequel to those? The Kevin Spacey one.
Oh, when he played Gene Hackman. He
played Gene Hackman. It's fucking Lex Luthor.
That's it.
You're telling us, oh, what a big fucking comic book fan you are.
I was a Marvel guy.
That's so stupid, though. If you like comic books, you like comic books. There's no reason to turn your back on half of them. It's like people that get so fucking mad at the American League that they won't allow themselves to take a peek to see what's happening over there. Yes, it's a lower fucking brand of baseball. Yes, it's dull. But it's also poisoning the National League where they're playing it the same way now. God forbid somebody should fucking hit for a single. I remember when Iron Man came out, I'm like, well, that's not going to do anything. That comic book's terrible.
Yeah, that wasn't... They took like really unpopular characters and made them into that Avengers franchise and blew up because Iron Man was pretty like low.
He was B level.
He was B. Thor wasn't popular at all. I never cared about Thor.
Thor might not have been popular. He was more popular than fucking Iron Man.
You know, Iron Man was the bottom of it because Captain America was decent.
I would put Iron Man down there with Ant-Man.
Really, that low?
Yeah.
I never liked Iron Man. I thought Iron Man was just a fucking robot. I didn't know there was a guy in the suit.
I thought it was fucking Black Sabbath. I'm like, I'd rather made Black Sabbath into a movie.
In Guardians of the Galaxy, they weren't ever really like an overly popular comic book. But
they weren't supposed to be at all, right?
Yeah. And then, each one's making $1 billion.
Each comic book?
I mean, each movie for fucking.
You think it still will without James Gunn?
Oh yeah, I think it will.
I don't know. A lot of them are threatening to stop.
You know who they had talked about taking over for James Gunn?
Who's that?
Our buddy Paul Feig.
Wow.
Chris, your face is so fucking red.
Is it?
Like, and so's your arms and neck. Maybe you're still red from Mexico.
I don't know. Maybe. I feel very flush.
You're not. You're red.
That's really creepy.
Yeah.
That's the exact opposite of flush.
Fucking pizza.
I thought flush was when you're.
Did you take a picture of yourself and look at it?
I looked at it.
What'd you think?
I thought I looked like something's wrong with me.
You're real red.
No.
Like lobster red.
That's not good.
Let me look it up.
What's it mean?
Look at it. Signs for a heart attack.
Oh, Ron, please no.
It's very red skin and then begging, don't bring it up.
How specific is that?
Vito, come and look at this picture, Juliet. All wintered up, like with her little cap on. Wearing a jacket, sweatshirt. And she's just really into like the booties and socks now. Isn't she adorable?
I keep forgetting, like, babies wear like full outfits.
Yeah.
And it's really cute because it's just like a tiny.
Did you send Molly's present over there?
Oh yeah, it was sent Friday afternoon.
Was that after you ate my M&Ms? Did you get me the M&Ms I want?
I have not. There's no M&Ms yet. There will be.
I
Chronologically,
don't want them now. Because you never would have done it if I didn't bring it up. And you know, over the weekend, it was like this. I bet that fucker ate my M&Ms. So I would say to people, hey, at least I saw Lisa Traeger the other night, and I'm like, I bet Chris ate my M&Ms. She goes, he would never do that. I go, yeah, he would. I go, he'd fucking eat them if they were the last M&Ms on Earth. You're like that guy in a movie, like, once the fucking apocalypse come, you're just in your neighbor's fucking house trying to rob them and rape them.
I'm not going to try to. All right, if the apocalypse comes and I survive it, I'm not going to rape anyone. I will. I might steal.
But why would you steal? There's no reason to steal. Like, it's not like.
If I needed food and water, I would have to fucking steal.
That's not
food and
stealing.
water.
That's surviving. You're just taking food. But if you're like looting TVs and stuff, there's no point to that.
There's no reason to loot a TV in the apocalypse. There's no fucking TV. Netflix is done. There's no TV signals.
Can I just tell you something? You're really pulling at straws now by trying to bring up whether or not there's going to be TV. Because you forget the fact that you can watch old fucking shows.
You can't watch DVDs.
Then I have to find a DVD place to fucking rob that.
If you rob
I guess I'll just watch my Fire Stick. I worry about you, Christopher.
I'm worried.
Yeah, I'm worried about your heart attack face.
I don't want to. It's fucked up.
I was watching Fox 5 today, and they were bringing up Colin Quinn. Colin Quinn came in, and they were asking about his heart attack. It was so uncomfortable.
Was it the two? It was the two girls.
Yeah.
Will they not let it go?
And that one girl is why Jenny Hutt should just keep going on, because she's the Jenny Hutt of fucking television.
Zaniscato?
Yeah. She was only half prepared, just fucking grabbing at straws.
She looked professional when it was with Greg Kelly, because he was
Exactly.
like, he was
'Cause he's
fucking
a
all
nut.
over the place.
But she's constantly plugging her mother's fucking restaurant.
Is she?
And she's so negative. Like, she's got that fucking negative thing about her. So she's like, yes, I went out to see Paul McCartney the other night, and he's in the train station. He forgot the words to one of the songs. Like, I know you're there for fucking free. It's Paul McCartney. He's 110. Just enjoy what you get.
Be happy.
It was Blackbird. He opened like this. Black man running with a TV set. Wait, that can't be it, is it? But yeah, they were. This is what Colin said. That he started feeling a heart attack. He told his girlfriend that he was going to the store, went downstairs, called an ambulance, and then said to the doorman, after I leave, tell her.
Really?
Yeah. Now, either he has no faith in her whatsoever, or he gets embarrassed more than he should. But that made me think, Chris wouldn't tell us. He's in here with the fucking heart attack red face,
Yeah.
and he's not letting on there's anything wrong with him.
I think everything's going to be okay, but I'm not sure.
You're getting redder by the second.
That's bad.
You're definitely redder than you were like 5
You're
minutes
really, really red, dude.
That's fucking
And I don't really know if that's a heart attack thing or not. I don't think it is.
It feel like, but it doesn't seem
But it
good.
looks like a sunburn. Like you're just now trying to get sunburn from Mexico.
You are naturally slow.
No, my acceleration is very impressive.
I'll tell you this. A man your age should not be blowing out his fucking back as quickly as
It
you
happens every couple of years. It's
are. One day it's going to blow out and you're going to stay that way.
I'm sure I'll be able to rehab it.
But if it happens every couple of years, that means you've been getting it since you were really young.
It's true.
That's
He's had it as long as I've known him. I've known him for 11 years.
Yeah.
11 fucking years. At least the amount of injuries that a man who doesn't play a single sport has.
When I came back to Sirius, he was going through the shoulder surgery.
I know.
And it was bizarre to just be like, what happened to you? And he's like, I'm getting shoulder surgery for just hurting my shoulder.
Not only bring that, he's in his mid-30s. I can tell you a half dozen times that he shit himself since I've known him.
Yeah,
and that does not happen to a healthy person.
No, that happens. And sometimes I don't know if I've shit myself or not.
A couple of times I've seen you doing it on purpose, though. Like, I don't want to walk all the way down there.
No, I got the shoulder surgery because I slipped in the street, caught myself, my arm popped out.
Did you get
and
knee
popped
surgery
back in.
too?
Yes, knee surgery as well.
That's a lot.
An MCL tear.
There's athletes you don't get this many surgeries.
It's true. People that play every fucking day. When's the last time you were in any kind of an athletic thing? Like, this is seriously a game.
All right, it wasn't a game, but I remember the moment I decided to get surgery on my arm, my arm and my shoulder. I was at the beach, and I threw a football.
Oh my god!
And as I threw the football, my shoulder dislocated, and my knee locked, and I fell to the ground in horrible pain.
He had to get an operation after an unmasked, and his ACL blew out when he looked in the window of the Adidas store. Do you think there's even one game you could beat fucking Vito at? I don't think there's one.
I think there's plenty of games I could beat Vito at.
Name one.
Cornhole. I'll beat Vito in cornhole.
It's not a real sport.
Game. Something that fucking men play. Not fucking kindergarten people.
Probably beat him in baseball. I used to play baseball.
No.
No fucking
Fucking
way,
after a
dude.
birthday party, I wind down by going to the cages at Chelsea Pier, so you're fucked.
I know you can't get around on a fucking fastball. I fucking know it. I don't even think you're fast enough to butt one.
You're not making it to first.
And you think because you played when you were 11 that somehow you're retaining that 24 years later?
Exactly. Oh, wow. It's been 24 years.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
2 dozen.
And I'm 25, so I'm almost as old as the last time you played baseball.
And he's a fucking healthy 25.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not healthy.
Look at his body.
He's thinner than when he did that fucking thing with Norris. When Norris was turned off by him.
I'm just saying, he's still unhealthy.
Colleen in El Paso.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Hey, darling.
I'm wondering if he had some kind of like a Red Bull or a Monster Energy drink or something with a lot of B12 in it, because that niacin will make your skin real red and flush and hot like that.
I did drink a tall boy of Red Bull today because I haven't drank any in a while.
So that might be
So
your
you're
blood
not-
pressure. Just shooting up.
So yes, and the too much B12 like that niacin, we used to try to get out of school like that when we would just take a niacin pill and then we'd get all hot and flush and go to the nurse and then we'd get sent home.
I was watching Norm Macdonald's show and he had David Spade on, and David Spade was doing this movie and he had to, snort coke in the movie, and you're not going to do that in the movie. So they had the B12 things, and they just opened them up, and he cupped that, and he said he snorted like 12 lines of the B12. And he said he left there like Jean Bonnet. He was just fucking going crazy. And he said he didn't sleep for 24 hours and then to 2 the next afternoon. So not all night until 2 the next afternoon. I was fucking laughing my ass off.
Well, drink lots of water and get some rest. Your blood pressure's skyrocketing right now.
That's good to know.
Colleen, how's El Paso right now?
It is hot as hell.
Yeah.
Hell, Paso.
We were 63 when I got in here today. That's how chilly we were with a nice light rain.
It
I'll
is
say
94 degrees right now, not a cloud in sight.
Down in the West Texas, down of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Thank you, Colleen.
All right, take it easy. Bye.
Where's our stuff? This is my favorite fucking news story. So Ted Cruz is running for senator to keep his seat. And he said, watch out. The Democrats want to bring stuff like tofu and hair dye to Texas. This made me laugh for 2 fucking days. Now, I guess by hair dye, he means like pink hair, blue hair, whatever.
Yeah.
But seriously, there's no reason to be afraid of tofu and a girl who dyes her hair.
The tofu thing, like, it adds up to the whole, like, the, like, conservative, like, oh, like, vegetarian, like, that thing. But I didn't even think about pink hair and shit when you first said hair dye. I just thought he was like, fuck, like, Rogaine and just for men.
Well, Rogaine isn't a dye, but okay. You know, I will say this. I was in the Village, and NYU was back, so the kids were just fucking going off. But I would see 3 young girls and a young cross-dresser. Not trans, but a cross-dresser, somebody who tried to wear a thing over and over and over. It seemed like there would be 3 girls, and then they would have adopted a cross-dresser as a girl. And I don't know what it's all about.
Maybe it's like freshman orientation, so everybody's just breaking up into their little subgroups.
This isn't fucking, Ohio. Right? When these people cross-dress in the Village, they mean it. But I think young boys just feel more comfortable to do that now than they used to.
Just wear women's clothes in
Yeah,
general.
just wear some women's clothing and go out. Like
I know
you're
guys
English.
who like women's jeans better than men's jeans.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing as cross-dressing.
Yeah, you're talking about full outfits.
Yeah. Look, there was a buddy of mine. I don't want to even fucking say his name. His nickname was Killer. I'll just tell you that. But based on his last name. So I think I've told this story on the air before because it is one of my favorites. So it was and he was a thin kid. And he went out for Halloween as a girl and he's wearing the stockings and, that whole thing where guys are acting like, oh, I'm adjusting my tits and I'm pulling my stockings up and scratching my balls. It's supposed to be funny. Well, at the end, after this party, he goes to this dive bar and starts getting guys to buy him drinks, right? So everyone sees him. We're fucking laughing our asses off. And I see him the next day and he's like, yeah, man, I got like fucking 12 cocktails free last night. So then I'm like, yeah, it's real funny. I see him the next week. He's fucking headed out. He's all dressed up as a girl. He says, I'm going to go drink free. I go, I don't know if you are, man. I think this might be you. Who's to say? Now he'd be considered woke. Garth, Indiana. Garth.
Hey, Chris Stanley.
Yeah.
Man, the way you fall apart, dude, you sound like fucking Samuel L. Jackson's character in Unbreakable. What is up?
I don't know, the hard living is fucking catching up to me.
Damn it, son, you gotta cut back on them drugs, boy.
He fractures right up.
Look,
fractures right the fuck up.
Have nothing to do with my bed back.
I literally was thinking about this today when with some of the guys. I wonder if Gail Sayers only blew out an ACL and he would have been able to come back if he had that injury today. He was such a great scat back and had a very shortened career. But even with that, he still made the Hall of Fame. But he probably would have sat out like the end of one season.
Yeah.
And been back the next year 100%.
Yeah, the guys are coming back from ACL all the time.
Brady says he's never had another problem or worry about it since it's happened.
Peterson also didn't. I mean, he came back from it and he had a great year the year after that.
Now it's not the ACL. I think it's like the MCL. That's the.
No, that's even less than an ACL.
Oh, really?
Yeah, ACL is not that.
That shouldn't even keep you out of half.
Yeah, I had a goddamn MCL sprain. That's what happened to me. That's why I had to get surgery.
Should we break now, Christopher?
Yeah, let's break.
Our buddy Dan Perlman's going to be here. His TV show, Flatbush Misdemeanors, is screening at the LA Film Festival. Fuck!
Whoa.
September 22nd and 23rd. FilmIndependent.org for more information. You can follow Dan on Twitter and Instagram at Dan Perlman. We're right back with our buddy. This is Bennington.
Welcome back to Bennington.
Thank you.
Dan Perlman's in studio.
Yay, Dan!
Flatbush Misdemeanors is screening at the LA Film Festival September 22nd and 23rd. FilmIndependent.org for more information. And you can follow Dan on Twitter and Instagram at Dan J. Perlman.
Earl, you're taking a picture of Dan?
Oh,
For
man.
For the Instagram page.
Oh, that would be cool.
I had no idea that was that big of a deal. Stop a radio show.
That's going to go viral.
Take a picture with your phone. What happened to your big fancy photography setup, Earl?
No, I kind of went minimal. I got just the cameras are smaller and better with better sensors, so you don't have to have the big gear anymore.
You got a fucking phone.
I remember you. Great photographs.
You would have a
I saw
great,
a lot of them. Yeah.
giant fucking thing.
But now you get these filters, so you could just throw on a Sierra filter or a Ludwig.
Oh yeah, your friend Emily takes beautiful pictures on her.
Beautiful. At Empathy.
I thought she was coming in today.
I know. She had some doctor's appointment or something like that. I don't know. She told me yesterday.
So you're a bad friend because you don't know the exact details. I know that Chris has had his blood pressure. Look at his face. How red his face is. Because he had and it's dark red right now. And that's all because you ate a what today?
I drank a tall boy of Red Bull.
In the morning?
Not like at early afternoon.
I guess. Okay.
Do you feel nice and amped up on it?
I feel a little wired.
You're going to get a stroke.
I don't want to stroke out.
I've never had a Red Bull in my life.
Don't have one. They used to give them to us all the time, and then I'm just like, I can't fucking do this. When we worked at NEW, and I just saw Eddie Trunk in the bathroom, and I said to him, he goes, I see you got Earl back. I go, you and Earl were my first two friends I made at NEW because we came in and you showed us the board like midnight or something. And remember, fucking Eddie was like, don't even unpack your fucking bags, dudes. This place is a nightmare. And I go, I'm fucking staying, man. I'm in New York. I don't give a shit how long it lasts. But I want to fucking say I've done this city. Well, here I am 18 fucking years later, Earl, after all you and Eddie's negativity.
It wasn't me. I was like,
you did. You were like, O and A are pretty fucked up, guys. I'm going to be honest. I hope the truth comes out about you in fucking Anthony's book. What a backstabbing prick you are.
I'm not. I'm loyal.
Nicest man you ever meet, Dan. Matter of fact, he would be perfect for your new... do you call it a TV show? Because it is a TV show. It's just not on the regular TV.
We call it a show, but it's just not on television right now. So hopefully we can just throw in those two letters.
I was thinking about that when I was... I'm watching some of Norm Macdonald's talk show because we're doing him Wednesday for an Unmasked.
Oh, awesome. The Netflix one, yeah.
Yeah. And it is kind of a TV show, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like, they would never permit... Like, he just comes walking out with his guest, and they just start talking. And I'm like...
Is it like his old web series thing, like the video?
I'm going to be honest, I don't watch anybody's web series, so I'll say yes. I don't know where to find all these. I guess on Fire Stick? Find it?
Yeah, I can find it on there.
Now, who's the guy who is his sidekick?
That guy Adam something. Yeah.
Now, did they on this show? It's like a desk. The two people sit.
Yeah.
And then it goes into a smaller desk.
Oh yeah.
And that's where Adam sits. I'm like, I'd love to get that for Chris. just to make him feel like you're not on the same level.
That was the old. You could see it on YouTube, but that old Andy Kaufman shit when he would have those variety specials. He had one where he's like interviewing like Elaine Boozler or something, and he's in this like giant chair and interviewing her like way
feet.
down below.
Yeah.
And then the funniest part was they have the bleachers, the studio audience, and they're angled like if you're Andy Kaufman, they're angled away from him, so they all have to crane their head in the background just to see him, and no reference is made of it.
I know.
It's never talked about, and it's just so
I had
funny.
Elaine not in not too long ago, and she's saying like, fuck Jim Carrey and those people, because she goes, Andy wasn't crazy.
Right.
You know? And then I go back and watch it. I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Have you seen Jim Carrey's new TV show?
No, I haven't.
The Andy hasn't gotten out of him, man.
Right, yeah.
He's still doing that weird Andy thing.
That's what I was thinking, because I saw that that Netflix documentary where he's playing Andy Kaufman. It's talking about his process and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about like it seems cool, but also I was just thinking about how annoyed I would be
Dude,
if I were working on that movie. Huh?
Yeah, I would have swung at him.
Right.
I don't need that fucking aggravation.
It's like hard enough you're doing these like low paying jobs. You like go and bring the guy coffee, and then he's like Tony Clifton, and he's like slapping it away. It's like you just fucking wait till they say
well,
action.
you know, like in The Outsiders, Francis Ford Coppola was like, okay, the socials get to eat meat, but the fucking greasers, that they're going to sleep in bunk beds, and they have to be like, fuck you, dude. I'm an actor. You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't make it go any further. Like, if Oliver Stone made those guys sleep outside and do boot camp for 2 weeks. No. Either, you know what? No. I'm not doing it.
I love the stories of the actors, how they immerse themselves. My friend sent me a thing, the Florida Project. You see that one last year?
Florida Project.
Yeah, that was great. But someone said this fun fact of like Willem Dafoe, to immerse himself in character, went to Florida 7 days before filming.
Yeah.
Just to really,
I will tell you
to
something.
breathe the Florida air.
Fucking William Dafoe nailed that guy so fucking much, though.
He was great.
Yeah, because those hotels I've been past a million fucking times. And everything that is on the outside of Disney World, right?
Yeah.
They built all these little hotels, but people just go to Disney World because Disney built their expensive hotels, their mid-level hotels, and the cheap hotels. So outside of Disney World, it's like $24 to get a fucking room. You know what I mean?
The one...
But, you're going to end up fucking doing meth with an alligator or something.
The one thing I thought with that movie is just because of that one scene where he chases away the pedophile who's like approaching the kids. I think that probably would happen way more. Yeah. I think the honest version of that movie would be like mostly him just chasing away pedophiles.
Right. Constantly get out of here, pedophiles. But here's the thing, like, you're just chasing them to other kids. Like, you didn't do anything but save the two kids you're
and
with.
arrest the guy. Just like sent him to the next motel.
Right. I mean, this was a fucking scary guy.
Yeah.
I worked in some shitty hotels like that before, where people just started living there. And I always remember this one guy who told me that he was a fucking writer. He was fucking had coke and all this shit. But he said that he had written a bunch of the Eagles songs.
Really?
And Linda Ronstadt songs and Warren Zevon songs. You know, like, he acted like he was part of that thing.
Sure.
And I'm like, you're a little too young for that.
Right.
And a little too unhip.
But that's the best. You could just because you can just roll with it.
Yeah,
you can just egg them on.
There's no way in those days you couldn't Google somebody.
Right. You just had to. The liars could just spout off.
Oh,
way
yeah, you
more.
can say whatever you wanted.
Yeah, everyone could claim something.
Chris, what are you waiting for?
Dan Perlman, he's in studio, and his show, Flatbush Misdemeanors, is screening at the LA Film Festival September 22nd and 20th.
Unbelievable, dude.
It's very exciting. Yeah.
I know that you try to play down most of your career, but you've gotten to do a lot of really cool stuff, and this is one of them.
It's been cool, yeah.
Yeah.
This one's fun. Yeah, it's been a slow build with it.
Right.
But it's been cool that it's cool that it does well at these actual film festivals, because Kevin and I are not trained in it,
Yeah.
So to see it with, we don't have access to we didn't go to USC Film School or NYU where we have fancy equipment and can do dolly shots and fancy shit like that. So it's cool when it does well there.
That's happening September 22nd and 23rd in LA. Go to filmindependent.org for more information and follow Dan on Twitter and Instagram at Dan J. Perlman.
I want you to do a show with me. I'm calling it "Put the Coffee Down," and what I want to do, is everybody who has been in Comedians with Cars Drinking Coffee. I just scream, "Put the coffee down."
I would love that. I would love that.
Did you see the guy who got Bill Murray to be in his viral video?
No, I didn't see this.
Chris?
Coming.
So apparently this guy, and this is up in the iBang if you like to check it out, but apparently this young fellow, and I don't know why it's always so difficult to get these, Chris. We just can't have the iBang up?
Oh no, it's up. I'm just using a different.
But I know, but it always goes slower the way you go. All right, so here he is. I need volume 2.
Hello, my followers. I'm here with legendary comedian, movie star Bill Murray. You know him from such films as The Ghostbusters and The Ghostbusters 2.
Yes.
He's in all the Wes Anderson films, and we're just going to make one of my biggest dreams come true. So, ready, Bill?
Yes, ready.
Ready? Live from New York, it's Seth. Hello, my followers. I'm here
That
with...
ended pretty dark, man.
Yeah, Jesus.
You know him from such films as The Ghostbusters and The Ghostbusters 2.
No, this is Bill keeping the Bill myth going as much as he can.
It seems like it's most of his life, is he just walks around and appears places where you wouldn't think he would appear.
What's the last time he did a film that people said, "Oh, I want to go see Bill Murray in this"?
Was it? Must have did.
Can't
He did Lost in Translation.
Okay, that's
and then
2007.
Yeah.
That's a
Right.
full 11 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I think he probably popped up on Letterman once, and then
And now Letterman is just going like fucking crazy beard. You know what I mean?
He's got to get rid of the beard. The beard's too fucking nuts looking.
No one has said that yet, Chris. Thank you for being the guy who's had the balls to say, you know what? You could end up on fucking Fox 5 with statements like that. You could be on that morning show.
I don't mind it because you need something to distinguish. That's your post-show career,
right?
You need a new look. Some people.
How about a parrot on your fucking shoulder? That would be a better way to
an
go.
eye patch, yeah, something like that. Full leather,
yes,
that would be good. If you wore full Eddie Murphy delirious leather.
Why won't that come back? What are comedians waiting for? That they don't come and go back and watch that just to look at the bubble butt that fucking Eddie Murphy had. Just go back. He had pretty much of a girl's butt.
He did, yes.
Yeah.
And but he's aware of it because he warns gay people not to look at his ass.
Yeah, he does. Well, he seems like he was very obsessed with gay people there for a while. I'm trying to think of who else. Well, Sam stuff. Sam is, did a lot of material that wouldn't work there. I think even Bill Hicks has some recorded stuff. That's why you never want to record your material, because the next generation will see you as racist or homophobic.
That's so annoying when they do that, though, when it's like, it's just so easy to look at stuff when that stuff's just like a reflection of what the culture was then, and to like write a piece and be like, oh, this show 30 years ago was homophobic. It's like, yeah, like society was.
Oh,
it wasn't that one show on ABC that was.
Right.
It's like, it's tougher. Like, why don't you look at things today that are pretending to be progressive or liberal and kind of aren't, than like saying like Friends like made jokes. It's like, who cares?
Well, every once in a while somebody will do that thing. Like, the Nanette thing that everybody, as soon as that she's taking shots at Picasso's art, I'm like, what? You know what I mean? Like, literally, this guy is the Miles Davis of art. Now, also, both of them had hit women, and you know what I mean? Like, can we never, no one said, oh, I love Picasso. Why? The way he treated women. That never comes up. Miles Davis, terrible with women. Terrible with women.
Horrible.
Yeah.
I heard a story that he would, this guy was at dinner. Miles keeps going down to the basement. The guy finally goes, why does he keep leaving? Goes downstairs, like sticks his head down the basement. Miles is yelling at a woman in a cage. He has her in a life-sized cage. And that's something that probably wouldn't fly today.
No, but here's the thing. Maybe she wanted to be in that cage.
That's
a
true,
lot of people are kinky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people have a kink.
Yeah.
And most of the people that are in trouble now, it's because of their kink, not just the sex.
Right.
Some people want to be humiliated. That's their thing.
So you think it's shaming?
Yes.
Right.
People like to be shamed to a certain extent, particularly if they were grew up in a shameful environment, you know?
Right.
But I see like people online teasing Chris about his face,
Oh yeah.
about how red you are and blotchy.
Really?
And that to me
Be a health
is
scare.
heart attack shaming.
Yeah, it's
You're
heart-
going through a heart attack right now.
It's a heart attack shaming, even stroke shaming, and definitely weight shaming.
You know, you can have a heart attack and a stroke on the same days.
Did not know.
All right, I want to feel very racist now. I thought Earl was walking down the hall, and it was just another black dude in a hat. Like I was going to go, Earl, get back in here. But yeah, you could have a stroke and a heart attack in the same day.
I don't want that to happen.
It's particularly at your young age.
Yeah, I know.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
That's
a great
how-
age.
When Fez had his first heart attack, he was 35.
Really?
He had drank a Red Bull.
What?
And he just blown his back out moving some furniture the night before.
Okay, it's oddly similar to my story.
Just checking off parallels.
You know what's really odd? 10 minutes ago, your part was on the other side.
I don't know what happened to this hair.
That's how your political views go. Just to the left, to the right, to the left.
Just flop it.
Yeah. When people say to me, I don't like politics and I don't even think about politics,
yeah,
I think that's their way of saying I'm a big Trump supporter.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
When that's, especially in New York, if you hear someone like, I just don't know why we have to talk about this so
Right.
much. It's just like, I don't like hearing that.
I certainly can't defend my views, is what they're saying.
I just want to go back to when nobody was talking about.
You mean the 8
a
peaceful
thing.
of Obama years? Thursday,
Anything where I had to justify
Thursday we're voting in New York City.
it. Yes.
And I'm definitely just going to leave my house just to vote for Sex in the City. And I mean, she can't win.
Yeah,
But the higher that vote is more and more hilarious.
Yeah, I think she's like 45 points down.
Yeah.
Is what I saw. But yeah, that'd be cool.
But that's because they didn't even pick the popular one from Sex. I think if they would have ran the popular one, Carrie.
Which one is the Sarah Jessica Parker. Yeah.
And I think she's putting out a book that says called "No, My Husband Isn't Gay," but there's always a blind item, and it's always those two. Any gossip thing at all?
What, just rumors about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That during the show he went out and fucked a guy who was parking cars.
Like what? While she was filming?
Yeah,
like,
while she was doing
Mr.
stuff,
Big. Yeah.
Mr. Big. What a fucking ridiculous show. And she said, and Earl, you were like this. She goes, we couldn't make that show today because today they want you to show black people in New York. Just think of all this. Seinfeld had no black people.
None.
Sex in the City, no black people. The 90s in New York.
Woody Allen didn't have any black people in it either. In Manhattan.
I think there was he might have had like a waiter in one of them.
Yeah.
No, there was one.
Oh, no, you know what it was? This is fucking true. Hannah and her sisters, go back and watch that. Now, not only is this little girl is going to end up being his wife one day, who's sitting there, but they have maids
kids'
wearing,
table.
there's maids wearing the 1950s maids costume. They're black maids, and they're dressed up like maids from an old movie. That you're like, well, what is this, 86 in New York? No.
Grew up in Brooklyn, too.
Yeah.
It's not like...
And I went, yeah, exactly. I went to the end, I go, who played the maid? And the maid's name was Nya 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 Nya. And I go, what the fuck are you, what are you doing? I bet no one's ever even brought that up before. What are you looking at, Chris?
I'm Google searching Hannah and his sisters, the maid.
Wait, you got two pictures of Hannah, and you go off into weird shit here.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of actual maids.
Now, do you judge the artist or the art? Because it's difficult.
It's tough, it is. But I think when when certain shit comes out, it obviously impacts how you watch it, and you can't judge other people if that filters through their view of it. You can't there's certain things. I can't get out of my head watching certain things, especially when so many comics personas is so close to their actual persona.
Right.
It's weird not to see the overlap.
I can't watch 2.5 Men without thinking about Les Moonves jerking off in his office as the money's coming in.
Or if their persona is so different, then it's like, how do you remember when that came back and Cosby was still trying to go around and do shows?
Yes.
As if nothing was going on, and he was getting on stage and he's like, it's tough being a grandfather, and everyone's like, you're a rapist. What are you talking about? It's tough being a grandfather.
The kids, what's the difference? Rapist.
Dan
Go ahead.
Flatbush Misdemeanors is screening at the LA Film Festival September 22nd and 23rd. Go to filmindependent.org for more information. And you can follow Dan on Twitter and Instagram at Dan J. Perlman.
I don't post much. Every Wednesday I'll post a photo of a moose. So if you want to follow, I just need more followers.
Well, I mean, you're going to have to do more than the moose thing. To get followers.
I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. I have nothing to say on Twitter.
Why don't you do this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Put up pictures of yourself. No, don't even remark on it.
Go ahead.
You're just different karate stances. It's you in a karate stance.
Yeah.
And you just have all these broken 2x4s next to you. This is why you should be in management, Earl. I can manage him.
No caption, nothing.
Who manages you now?
No, I'm not with anybody right now. I had management, and then I got rid of them.
I would love to manage you. I think I got a lot of great ideas for you.
The karate thing already puts you in the league right now.
I try to think of who attempts to be visually funny, and I can only come up with Greg Stone. I can't think of another guy who does
the funniest.
Now, that show didn't get picked up.
Oh, yeah, Michelle's show, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, nuts.
Do you know how much press that show was getting?
Yeah.
There are 2 million things on Netflix, and the only thing that was getting any press was Michelle. So who else did we know that was writing for it? Somebody else.
Anthony DeVito.
DeVito was, but somebody else had come
Saint
in.
Germain.
Dan St. Germain, yeah.
And he's like, I don't know whether we're getting picked up. I'm like, Dan, stop it.
Right.
Go out there and buy that fucking car. You're getting picked up. And literally the next day I saw that they weren't getting picked
They just have so many shows. It's like they could be like, oh, not enough people are watching. It's like they're watching the 5,000 other things you guys have on.
I spin around and I've barely watched anything that they have.
It's too much. I can't make a note when someone tells me to watch a thing enough. And when I finally get around to it, there's 4 more things they're telling me to watch.
Why don't Netflix admit this, though? Netflix, you've already seen all of our movies. They never put anything new on there.
No, very rarely. I think they're producing a movie with Jonah Hill they're going to put out.
Oh, that mid-90s one?
No, it's something else.
What's this about, the mid-90s one?
He's doing some movie. It's like, I saw a trailer for it. It was like A24. It was like, it's like based on his childhood as like a skateboard kid.
Yeah, it's kind of like Kids, but it seems less sexual.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like watching it and trying to decide if I liked what I was watching.
Is he going to be in it, or he's just producing it?
He directed it. He wrote and directed it.
I just want to see him.
He's starring in another movie with Emma Stone. That's on me.
Hey, did you see this poster for King Kong on Broadway?
No.
Look at this fucking poster right here. It's King Kong's head, and then the teeth spell out King Kong.
Oh, that's great.
It's fucking great, man, right? I love that poster. Chris, this would be like a really fucking cool gift to get me that poster.
All right.
Has there never been a Broadway show of King Kong before?
How are you going to fucking do it? King Kong is this enormous ape.
Well, remember when
they don't exist.
Remember when they did Spider-Man? That worked.
Yeah, Spider-Man is fucking 5'4". This fucking ape is supposedly 180 feet tall. I bring you Kong.
I mean, obviously it won't be 180. They'll probably stop at like 10.
10 feet?
That's not impressive at all.
That's not King Kong. That's just a tall monkey. Nick in Seattle.
Hey, Ronnie.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, so I wanted to correct you on the Seinfeld thing. There was actually like 2 characters in 10 years that were black, and there was innuendos on both that they were gay.
Can any of you guys remember?
Was there a delivery guy that was black once?
That's racist, dude.
I'm not being a racist.
I fucking hate racism.
Seinfeld's the racist.
Oh, there's
That's awful.
There's the exterminator who George tries to be friends with, but I think it's directly because he's black.
Yeah, because
And then-
he had a coworker that was black too. Like, you screwed me again, Costanza.
and then there's the one Elaine dated, but he ends up being white. That's the whole joke of it.
Yeah, that was Malcolm Gladwell. That guy looks just like
The big joke was like, oh, gotcha. We almost had a black guy.
and then also remember they had a band and it was the drummer Styx, and then none of the people's. I'm thinking of Happy Days. All right, did we get them all, Nick?
Yeah, so the guy that runs the cafe that they're always in, the episode where George and Jerry are potentially gay, he like leans in and they see his earring and they all kind of like take this weird moment and like freak out.
I remember once he threatened Kramer or something, right?
Yeah.
But he wasn't like the manager. He was almost like the bouncer. Nick, I'm going to send you into the pretty good prize closet anyway.
Oh, yeah. He was ahead of his time threatening Kramer.
Fuck yeah. And a black guy. I mean, I think that's what. Remember that great bit that Kramer used to do, Earl? That was his closing bit.
In the one where he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you had to hear that, Earl. I'm sorry you have to live in a world where anyone's ever mean. Plug again because I'm gonna apply to LA for this too. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, that's going to be the best.
Dan Perlman Show Flatbush Misdemeanors is screening at the LA Film Festival September 22nd and 23rd. You go to filmindependent.org for more information and tickets to the event. And then you can follow Dan on Twitter and Instagram at Dan J. Perlman.
At karatepictures.com.
And get some karate pictures.
Did you see who won an Emmy yesterday? Cat Williams.
I saw that. I was very happy about that.
Now, Gail's friend, Mike Bonfigliero, has won an Emmy for the Gary Shandling documentary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he directed that. He's kind of, I don't want to say partners because I don't know what their thing is, but he always directs and produces along with Judd Apatow.
A friend of mine who I went to school with, Sam Fischel, he produced the Apatow's documentary, so he won an Emmy also.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Look, our lives are great.
Yeah.
Our lives are great. Steve in Texas.
Hey, going back to that Seinfeld thing, Kramer's lawyer was a black guy.
Yeah. Which was kind of a stereotype character, wasn't it, Earl? Look at you bring up Seinfeld and the phones just blow up. Oh my! This show has been off the air for 27 years, and people talk about it like it's still fucking fresh episodes. Never understand it. The Dick Van Dyke Show did not stay in reruns this long.
There's so many shows that have popped up, won 1 million awards, and gone away.
No one cares.
And just gone.
They don't care about
Forever
The Sopranos.
It's gone.
The Wires. The Wires. There's more than one wire. They were right. It would have been The Wires.
Baltimore electricians.
Yeah. By the way, The Wire was such a small part of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could have been like The Corners,
It was really just the first season where they were tracing the cell phones.
Well, they always did something every year that was tied in with the Wire thing, but it never was as intense as the first season. Nick, what's up? Nick, we got you, buddy?
Hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
The guy that parked the cars on.
Oh, that's racist, dude. That is fucking racist.
That's some Woody Allen casting.
Oh, it is. Woody's movie is not going to come out.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this. They said that a 44-some-year-old guy bangs a 15-year-old in this movie.
Yeah, I heard that.
He will not stop pushing it, or he doesn't catch on as much as that.
I wanted that so much. Like, part of it seems fun to be in such a bubble where
Yes.
you're that oblivious to what everyone is saying and what everyone is mad about, that you're just surrounded by just the people you like, and no one's. But the danger of it is like something like that, where it's like, dude, what do you write about anything else? Anything?
No, there's so many other things. How about how about this? A 45-year-old with a 35-year-old, and the troubles that happens with.
I remember in some interview, it's like somebody a few years ago, they pitched him like, would you ever do a thing where it's like a younger man and an older woman? And he was like, oh, I guess that's valid.
Why would he do that though? When there's so much younger people. He's crazy. But he's made his last movie now, and thank God for that. Nothing to do with the charges against him. I just mean as an artist.
Yeah.
Because he had a run that was unfucking believable.
Oh yeah.
But it's been long over.
Yes.
Long over.
There's something to be said for dying not too old.
Well, I was thinking that with Neil Simon, if Neil Simon would have died in 78,
Yeah.
this country would have the Broadway would have turned off the lights.
Right.
But now Neil Simon dies, and it's just like a little thing in the paper. And then some elderly people was like, he was wonderful. You know what I mean? But there's no young people who said, oh my God, Neil.
I thought he was dead already.
Look how fucking red that face is. And he died right up near on the Upper East Side. I didn't even know that he was in New York all this time. I always thought that he was in L.A.
Yeah.
And then it was Bobby Van's wife that he ended up marrying.
They should do like, they do like the in memoriam. They should do a thing where they just alert us of some of the old people that are still alive.
I wouldn't mind that.
Probably wouldn't be around for much longer.
Yeah.
Instead of just waiting, it's just like,
believe it or not, they're lying. And then they play like Season, and there's Carl Reiner,
it's like,
Mel Brooks,
all right,
Chris Stanley,
still here,
Norman Lear.
Norman Lear's still alive.
Yeah.
Very much alive. Still rebooting shows. There's one they're trying to do right now called Sanford and Grandson. I don't know whether it's going to work, but watch it.
It's so funny to imagine like Norman Lear just having to go into some like general meeting, like Snapchat scripted.
Right.
We're trying to just do something for younger people.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'll send you some ideas.
That would be the whole thing because of Snapchat.
They couldn't get fast.
Can't even finish.
Sanford and it's over. It's gone forever.
Red Fox was so fucking funny, Earl, and he was. You're related to Satchel Paige, the pitcher?
No, I'm not related to Satchel Paige. The
Who
great
was it?
Satchel Paige.
I don't think there's ever been a better setting than a junkyard for a TV show.
Unbelievable. And that shuffle that he had, that even on his best days, just came inside that side.
And he was like the same age as Lamont.
Oh, yeah.
He's just playing like his senior citizen dad.
Look, Lamont didn't do shit. Like, you could sit around and bitch all you wanted about Fred. Lamont was fucking lazy, and then Rolo came over and was fucking less together than Lamont.
It's so fun. Like, so many sitcoms used to be that way. I guess some of them still are, but it's like, well, I guess a lot of the successful ones like Seinfeld or Everybody Loves Raymond, they put like a good comedian and just surrounded him with like these incredibly funny character actors. But back then in the 70s, it's like you had this one like incredible talent like Red Fox or Robin Williams and put truly anybody around them.
Yes.
And they did nothing. It felt like they did almost zero.
No one had less around him than Robin Williams. They just sat there. Like, the show could have been Robin Williams in here with us while we're watching him and laughing and shit. We'd be as good as any other show that they had.
They might as well have just had plants there instead of people. Like, it was just full. They're just backboards.
I remember this thing with Robin Williams. So I have a little girlfriend at the time, and she calls me up. She goes, "Where were you last night?" And I go, I was fucked up. What am I going to tell you? I get fucked up. She goes, "I just saw a TV show with the funniest person on the planet. And I said to her, you couldn't have, because I would know who the funniest person on the planet is. I know who the funny people are. I had never heard of Robin Williams, but this was in the time of like Steve Martin and Monty Python and John Belushi. I mean, you know, it was the late 70s was kind of a pretty decent golden age for young comedians, you know? And I watched it the next week and I go, fuck, that dude might be the funniest motherfucker I ever saw. Because no one was like him.
Yeah, no.
Nobody was like that before.
Yeah, I was just arguing this with a comic because for some reason it's like it's cool to dislike him,
Right.
you know, or shit on him or whatever. But it's just like it's like, yeah, he was in that realm of like who's more talented than that guy,
right?
He's just in that.
I think the
top
next
tier.
guy that fucking stunned me was Jim Carrey 20 fucking years later.
Jim Carrey, I was just talking with another comic. He made a good point about like that he's somebody who like he would be a star in any era.
Silent films.
Right. Like some people it's just like, oh, they say like, oh, they were ahead of their time or whatever, but he was like any time. Like anytime he came along, that guy was going to be famous.
The first time I was fucking high as a kite, I see Jim Carrey on TV, and he was doing impressions, but just molding his face, like a thing where he looks like Brezhnev and all that. Did you ever see that?
No, I've never seen it. No.
Put it on. It's got to be on YouTube. And like he looks like the guy from My Face, and he just turns this rubber fucking face into it, and it's stunning. Turn
Jack
this up.
Nicholson doing the joke.
That's fucking nuts. to do with your face.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you had that extra thing to take on stage?
It's just like annoying. You know what I mean? Like just to be
Eastwood. They're all the same. Oh my God! What a pitiful.
But it's like you hear comics like shit on impressionists or whatever, but it's like, man, I would love to be able to do that. You know?
Oh, yeah,
You
to
gotta work
have-
so hard like crafting jokes and stuff, but it's like if I could make a fucking face like that and just you get an applause break on that, it's like
Here's the way that you want to do impressions, the way Jay Moore does.
okay.
Like you're doing stand up for a while,
Yeah.
and then you just drop one in. You know what I mean?
Right.
What you don't want to be is somebody who does 45 minutes of impressions. You know? So you're just watching a guy, you're like, oh, this guy's really funny.
Yeah.
And then boom, he's doing
Right.
he's doing Reservoir Dogs.
Right.
That's the way to do it.
But you don't want to be like Christopher Walken was a great actor, but you know who I'd love to see him box with? Mike Tyson. And then you just like watch.
Could you imagine if all these people got together and they were smoking weed?
What if they were all kicked out of a Ruby Tuesday? Someone's like, I guess that could happen.
When I was younger, every single comedian did Nicholson. Every fucking single comedian did Nicholson. And now Nicholson has lived to the point that when he dies, it's going to be like Burt Reynolds. It'll be just like, oh, yeah.
The funniest thing I ever saw at a show was this guy gets on stage, or he's doing some impressions, and they're like, you know, accurate, but it's like a lot of the generic ones. He does an impression of De Niro, and he's like, "You talking to me?" And then he trips and he falls off the back of the stage, and makes no acknowledgement of it. And he gets back up, and he's like, "But I love our president, President Obama."
I always like the first person who can pull off the impression.
Yeah.
After that, it's a free for all. Everyone gets to see the puzzle put together.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
But to be able to do something that no one else, I will fucking laugh 100% of the
That's
time.
the best. It's funny how an accurate impression makes you almost dislike the person that they're impersonating,
Yeah.
or like respect them less, because it's like you didn't even realize that's how they sounded. But it's like, oh yeah, they are stupid and talk like that.
I like when people though they wait so long that they're already the pet, like not candy, you know. Like, you can't start there, man. That's too early to start building your fucking impression. Chris, you're saying we're number one?
No, we're running out of time.
Well, then, would you please plug our friend Dan's big show?
Dan Perlman's show, Flatbush Misdemeanors. That's screening at the LA Film Festival, September 22nd and 23rd. You go to filmindependent.org for more information and for tickets. And follow Dan on Twitter and Instagram at Dan J. Perlman.
You're going out for this, right? You're
Yes,
flying
sir.
out there?
Mhm.
Where are you staying?
I'm gonna stay with a friend. Yeah.
Okay. I own a home in Silver Lake, so I'll fucking give you the keys if you want it, though.
The whole place?
Yeah, the whole fucking place. There's a dead body in there, so be careful.
I'll step over it.
Do not leave your prints anywhere. You're staying in a crime scene. What's today's date?
Today's the 10th.
So you know what that makes tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Boy.
Yeah.
Boy. Who are our guests tomorrow? Fireman?
No guests tomorrow.
Is honoring?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's okay. I guess tomorrow is Osama bin Laden. His treacherous friends. All right, that's it. Nothing to plug, right?
You'll be with Big J. Okerson at the Keystone Comic-Con in Philly at the Pennsylvania Convention Center this Saturday, September 15th, 6:30 p.m. We have limited tickets to the event. Go to the ibang.com for a chance to get those free tickets.
All right, see you guys again.